You guys aren't going to believe this, but I'm Benji.
No, this was actually what happened last episode. That's why we sounded so weird last episode. We were trapped in each other's bodies.
What was last episode?
Our mini-sode.
What?
Yeah. It actually started within our Return to Halloween Town episode. We texted each other saying, "Man, I really wish we could be like in a DCOM." And then they decided to swap us. And we couldn't figure it out, but we just got it saved in the nick of time because my phone plan was about to die. And if that happens, we would have been dead forever.
Okay.
Sorry to take over here, Cole.
Yeah, you said, you know what improv skill I like? Saying no. Actually, this.
Yes, and is for losers. All the winners use no but.
No, but a similar scenario that I like.
I mean, that's what I was going to go with the cold open. And then you went, I do have one. And I went, damn, I wanted to use mine. So I did anyways. This is how a pro Kelsey does it.
Whoa. I've never done that.
Well, of course you haven't. You're Benji.
Oh, now we're back. All right. I'm Benji.
I'm Kelsey.
And we're the swapped DCOM duo.
Did we run the intro yet?
Nope. Welcome, everybody. Or should you say it?
Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm Benji. Am I still saying that? Or should I say my real name?
And I'm Kelsey.
And we're the swap DCOM duo.
Podcast, but like, we're just covering the swap today. We're not actually swap. My real name is Kelsey.
My real name is Benji.
Yeah.
For
Totally.
sure.
Yeah. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back.
Yeah.
We're talking about the swap. We talk about Disney Channel original movies.
We do. We talk about every single one of them. And this time it's the swap, which I had never heard of before committing to every single one. This movie came very late in our marathon. It actually was one of the last ones we watched.
I believe it was the third to last movie we watched in our initial run through of all the DCOMs.
Yes.
And again, if you didn't know, it was a mostly random, somewhat weighted stuff, but largely random.
It started not random, and then we're like, let's put every single one in a bowl, and we'll kind of draw from the bowl.
And the swap just never got drawn. And until we were like, we need to watch every single one, we need to figure out a way to watch the rest. And everyone kept like saying, I don't want to watch the Christmas one. So we had like 3 Christmas ones to watch.
Yeah, so
and
it was
the
like
swap and Scream Team.
It was one of the final weekends in our college house. We're like, we have to finish before we move out of our college house. And so we spent just one day, we called it Christmas Swap Christmas, where we watched the ultimate Christmas present, then the swap, then 'Twas the Night. And then we ended
the
a couple days
world's greatest
later.
triple feature.
Yeah, we ended a couple days later. Our final DCOM was True Confessions, right?
No.
Oh, what was it?
It was Scream Team.
Oh, it was Scream Team, sorry. We ended a couple days later. I think True Confessions watched before that. Yeah. True Confessions watched before that, and then a couple days later we ended the whole marathon with Scream Team. But yeah, Christmas Swap Christmas came in being like, oh my gosh, we have to watch multiple Christmas DCOMs, whatever. But we watched the swap in between. And what a gem the swap was.
It was something that all of us were like, God damn it. No, none of us had any expectations for the movies. We had expectations for the Christmas movies being bad.
Right.
Because generically, Christmas movies in the middle of, what was it, July?
Or August.
Typically not the greatest time.
Yeah.
Especially when they're all mediocre, because they're most of the Christmas movies are.
Yeah.
This one, literally, no one knew like anything about.
No, I never heard of it.
It's not talked about neither positively nor negatively.
Right.
We're in DCOM circles. No one ever talks about the swap.
No.
Ever.
Which, I mean, this was definitely after our time of like being kids.
But not by that much.
Not by that much.
You were in a house of mostly youngest children, which I think is a big reason maybe it wasn't known. Because this came out 2016, and that's when everyone within this college house was like in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a time when people aren't watching that much Disney Channel, typically.
But so pleasantly surprised, like, unbelievably so. In rewatching it, we watched it last night. I was like, yeah, no, I really like this movie. Like, unironically, I think it's good.
I say this too often, but this is one that like is very true to the phrase of it's one of the very few DCOMs that like is just unambiguously generally good.
Yes.
Um, it holds your plot attention the whole way through. It is like the cringe enjoyment of stuff like that is really dialed down a lot, which is honestly,
I don't cringe at this movie. Like, it's genuinely funny
but
to
also like
me.
it's very earnest, and I think that's like
Yeah.
it might be the most earnest decom outside of like some of the true melodramas like Color of Friendship
Yeah,
type
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
This one is very much trying to tell a story, and like we talk all this time about kids media, you know, we never really talk about the lessons of teaching kids, and this is one of the ones where I'm like, I'm happy this is a lesson getting taught to kids
Yeah.
at some time, some way. We're making progress within here, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and they handle this, like, gender swapping plot with
Way more tact
way more tact.
than you would
Like,
expect.
there's a little bit of, like, but you're a girl and you're a boy," but, like, it's so minimal because that's not the actual point of the movie.
Yeah. It's a plot, more of a plot device. And
And they
while they're
use some
talking about
humor with
gender
it.
norms, that's way more like a B plot,
Yeah,
honestly, to
it's
like
like that's
self identification, figuring yourself out, living in the
yes.
world and your surroundings, dealing with grief.
Yeah, the through line of the movie is not, "Let's compare how boys have it and girls have it," it's not zapped. It's
Side
about,
note, yeah,
like yeah, it's about, like, stepping into each other's shoes, getting new perspective, and learning how to, like, kind of talk through your feelings and fix your own life and realize what's good for you, kind of, is what
yeah,
this movie's about.
yeah. It's hard to.
Realize what makes you happy, you know?
We'll talk about the moral everything within here, but also just genuinely, it's a good time. I will say, like, there are clearly more entertaining movies. There's clearly funnier movies. There's clearly even like within the whole decom sphere. But this is just a really good total package
Mhm.
that really is just kind of like every department within this whole project is at 90% success rate or above.
Yeah.
Like everyone is doing very well within here to make this small project as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
The script is good, the direction is good, the acting is good. Like everyone knew what they were making within here,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel that bogged down. I mean, maybe there's something I'll say about there's a lot of times where they'll give us a good show don't tell moment, but then tell us anyway.
Mhm.
That happens all the time within the script,
Yeah.
but
But you
beyond
know
that, it's
what?
also like making it more approachable for kids, like explicitly stating the lessons in some way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's a good movie that I didn't see coming.
so that's the swap. We're gonna talk more about it. We're gonna go in deeper depth.
Yes. First, I don't think we have fan mail.
I remember looking like we were recording this well after we did all of our other recordings. We had a busy October,
Yeah.
needed to record stuff within there, and now we're back.
We're finally back. It is November before this episode comes out, so we're
The
back in time.
last I looked, I remember seeing a comment on a YouTube short, but
Oh.
I looked for it this while we were setting up, and I could not find it. So sorry about that. If you were also listening into the podcast,
Mhm.
otherwise, I think we are set to keep going. If you have fan
Mhm.
mail for us, email us at the decomduo@gmail.com. Leave us a message somewhere else.
YouTube or something, I don't know.
Yeah, you can figure it out. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ah,
Time for factos.
so cool. So this is a film that released October 7th, 2016, premiering on the Disney Channel,
Mhm.
like most Disney Channel original movies. It is the 101st DCOM.
Whoa, 101.
101. Yeah. So after Adventures in Babysitting, they made a whole big deal about it. And asked someone to name the 101st DCOM, and I bet they couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell
I
you.
mean, if you ask someone to name the hundreds, they also definitely couldn't tell you,
I could, though.
but I could.
I couldn't tell you 101 until now.
Yeah.
I could have made a guess.
Um, we often like within our house and everything would talk about like the eras of decom, just kind of like saying that. And this really sparked, especially when I was so late in this, wow, modern decoms are good. And 2016 is like old. It's
Yeah. I
9
do
years old.
think, like
but it's
There
still in
was
the
a
modern era
yeah,
in a way.
the
Maybe not the Disney Plus era that it currently is in.
yeah, there was like a resurgence in DCOMs in my opinion. I think it actually started with like Descendants, which was 2015. And not everyone is gonna be a hit, you know? But like you have the Descendants franchise, I think this one's good. Zombies franchise. People overlook Freaky Friday. I like that one.
You know, we like Freaky Friday. We're a Freaky Friday stand. This is talking about the DCOM, not the Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, which we also
Exactly.
like.
We also like that, but yeah.
But we are a fan of the musical
Yeah.
Freaky
And
Friday film adaptation.
the stretch of like Christmas again, the Naughty Nine, Christmas to Christmas, like I think that was a good stretch too.
Yeah,
Mainly.
I
Yeah.
feel like they really honed in on the fact that they're making less DCOMs, so
Yes.
they're actually making them better in
Yes.
a lot of
I
ways.
agree.
Which some of that just might be they can get away with less when it's with the way streaming is today and YouTube is today and all the different media that kids are consuming.
Mhm.
But also, I just feel like writing and directing and everything is more aligned. It's less of a pumping out content.
Yeah, thank God, actually. And also, like, that would be so much more work for us to keep up with every single decom if they were pumping out like 6 every year like they
Yeah,
used to. They don't. Now it's like 1,
it's
maybe 2.
one, maybe two.
You
And
know?
now it's really like just the big franchises. We had
Yeah.
a couple of new ones at the start of this podcast, but it's been a while since a non franchise got released.
Yeah. Which isn't that just par for Disney in general right
Yeah,
now?
I mean that's the media landscape in general.
Yeah.
We're waxing a lot about how everything was in here. I would love a swap too.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
No, it's not going to happen. I can actually get into like the cast and crew. So the director of this film is Jamie Eliezer Haras. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. He directed a lot of comedy specials. He directed for Bill Burr, Tom Segura, Ali Wong, Dimitri Martin, just to name a few.
I love
Like
Dimitri Martin.
that was like a big thing that he did was just doing a lot of their, when you scroll on Hulu or HBO and a comedian pops up, it's a good chance they did it.
Mhm.
Since then, since the comedies, the comedian stand-ups, he transitioned more TV directing, does a lot of big name shows. Like genuinely pretty respected with him there. He's done Abbott Elementary, Ghost, Acapulco, Superstore, and the Disney connection I saw was the Disney XD show Kirby Buckets.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty cool within there. When I was doing the factos within here, I found a fun little fact, which was multiple sources claim that there's a second director on this film, but in the
Mm.
actual credits of the film, I couldn't find that credit listed. So I don't know what's going on here, but I decided to write it down because the second director maybe was Ron Oliver.
Huh, I wonder if there's drama there.
I really do not know. He also directed Harriet the Spy Blog Wars, which
Huh?
is DCOM adjacent. So
Yeah, not
maybe director has also directed a maybe DCOM. Um, one of his like one of the things I thought was interesting within his work is he was one of the very first people to really cast Ryan Gosling in something.
whoa.
Yeah, he casted him in both Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps, the TV shows. He
Oh.
directed like 33 episodes of those shows combined.
Mhm.
Um, but he was like the first really to role Ryan Gosling did post Mickey Mouse Club.
Mhm. Cool.
So he's had an eye for talent there.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and he's currently just a Hallmark Channel director. He's done over 30 films for the channel.
Oh,
So, what a guy.
what a guy. Love Hallmark. I actually haven't watched Hallmark.
All right, now for our actors. Playing the role of Ellie O'Brien is Peyton List. She's probably best known for being Emma on Jessie, and then its spin-off show Bunked on the Disney Channel.
Yes.
So, long time role within
Yes,
there.
definitely recognized her face. I never watched Jessie, but I'm like, I'm sure she's on Jessie.
Yeah, again, this was right in the era where we would still see ads and stuff and like be almost within.
Well, yeah, I was definitely aware of Jessie. I couldn't tell you like what shows are on now, really. Only one or two, maybe. Like, yeah.
She was also Holly in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid franchise,
Hell yeah, I did watch
which
those.
is, if you think about it, like the secondary female lead.
Yeah, she's like the main love
Yeah.
interest. Yeah.
Uh, Other roles she's been in include The Thinning, which I believe is like the Jake Paul movie on YouTube.
Oh.
Light as a Feather, The Inheritance, and like several other things. He's currently a main role on Cobra Kai
Oh, fun.
and on School Spirits, which
I don't know that one.
I believe that's a Paramount Plus TV show.
Okay,
I
sounds good.
might be wrong about that, but
For you, girl.
yeah, she's still definitely doing well. Made a name for himself.
Yeah.
Playing the role of Jack Malloy is Jacob Bertrand. He's the title role of Disney XD's Kirby Buckets. So when I talked
Whoa.
about that earlier being directed on, I knew had that there. He was also the main role on Nickelodeon original movie, which we don't cover, Jinxed.
Okay.
He had the main voice role of Bubble Guppies
Bubble guppies.
and Bat Wheels, which he plays the Batmobile.
What?
Yeah, that's like a car spin-off of Batman on
It's
HBO.
It's about the Batmobile.
Yeah, it's like basically cars if they were all in the Batman universe,
That's crazy.
animated by DC as a like toddler show.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Who thought of that?
He's also on Cobra Kai,
Hmm.
actually with Peyton List. So
Oh my god.
there. And by the way, yeah, Ken and Peyton List, they've been dating for like the last 3 years.
Oh,
I've been hiding this from Kelsey. I did these factos like 3-4 weeks ago. I wanted to get her honest reaction.
Well, you got to see it. That's so cute. Are you kidding? So they made this in 2016, probably like lost contact and started Cobra Kai together. And we're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's something here. That's so
Isn't that so
cute.
interesting?
That's so cute. I can't believe they're dating. Especially this movie. There's zero romantic anything between these two because that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
With a we swapped bodies thing, even though I did play a whole episode story. You guys know the app episode. I played a whole story where they would switch bodies like every Thursday or something, and they did fall in love. And actually, that was one of my favorites. So
So what are you talking about?
that's different. I liked that choice for this movie. That like, why would there be? It's not the point of this movie. Like, they literally swap bodies. There's no time to become romantically involved looking at your face, you know? But that's so cute in real life. Wow, what's better, this or Kimberly J. Brown dating Calabar and married him later?
I think I like this better because they both have a bunch of other credits like to their name
Mhm.
rather than the Halloween Town couple just feels like they're both clinging to fame. Kimberly J. Brown,
Harsh.
come on the podcast.
But please, Kimberly,
We're already done with all your films.
we're literally covered all of her films already. We would still interview you.
Oh, absolutely. Pick out your movie. We'll watch it.
Yeah. We'll do
Uh,
Quince again.
I'll do it. I'd love to hear. So the rest of this cast is a lot more secondary to the main two. It's a big ensemble cast within here. So I'm gonna go try a little bit quick. I wrote about everyone within here, but
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
playing the role of Coach Malloy, your dad, but you can't call him that.
Yeah. he's cool.
Is Darren Rose. He's best known. He was the Canadian host of Match Game.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, he had decent success as a stand-up. He had a main role in the Canadian sitcom Mr. D, and he's been like a writer for a bit. He wrote for Disney Junior's Puppy Dog Pals.
Oh, puppy dog pals.
Yeah.
He's
Playing
hot. Sorry. He's kind of hot.
playing the role of Summer, that's the mom,
Summer.
is Claire Rankin. She's currently a main cast member of the CBC show Son of a Critch.
Mm.
Canadian shows I don't know very much about, but various other TV and film roles, but a lot of credits within Canada's theater scene. If you can't tell, this is almost assuredly a Canadian-made production.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it.
Yeah. I mean, Disney would love to do. They love their Canada.
They love their Canada.
Except saying that they're in Canada, they'll never do that.
I'll never do
Playing one of the brothers, Gunnar Malloy, was Kellen Potter. He had a recurring role on the Nickelodeon show The Other Kingdom. And a handful of small credits otherwise, but nothing else major. Still acting to this day, though.
Mm.
Playing the other brother, Stryker Malloy, is Jesse Bostic. He had a small role in Frenemies and in Camp Rock 2. Do I
Oh.
remember either of those? No.
No. Jesse Bostic.
Yeah. I don't. I really think it was like unnamed roles.
Really?
I did this a while ago, but I remember being like, huh, interesting.
Yeah.
He's mostly done small credits. Otherwise, he did like small things on Phil of the Future and That's So Raven.
Uh-huh.
Playing the role of Aspen Bishop, the evil girl.
Oh yeah, the popular bitch
Yeah,
that if there was a homecoming dance, she would go for that crown.
oh yeah.
But that's not the
It's
point
kind
of
of
this.
shocking this isn't a homecoming movie.
Yeah. I
I mean,
chose sports instead.
which is fine. I think it's a better call to have made this a double sports movie.
Yeah.
It would have been too on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Not a ton of credits for Ileana Jones playing Aspen Bishop. She had recurring roles on Northern Rescue, Hemlock Grove, and Nikita. I don't know what those are. uh, Playing the role of Sassy Gaines,
Yeah,
the
sassy.
BFF no longer F. It's Kiana Madeira. She was also in Bad Hair Day.
Do you know who?
Don't quite remember.
Was
I
he the
think
friend?
I think she was the friend.
Should we go back to our bad hair day notes?
You can take a look within there. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, what's her
Um,
name?
she's also in Harriet the Spy, Blog Wars. Kiana Madeira is her name.
Kiana.
She had major roles in Fear Street and the After Film series.
Yeah, you have her listed in your main cast
Yeah,
of Bad Hair Day. Her name she played Sierra. So I think that
I
was
think that was the
her
friend.
friend.
Yeah,
So yeah, cool.
yeah. I think I just actually copied the factus from there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Uh, it's currently Supergirl in My Adventures with Superman, which has a sizable role in the upcoming Malcolm in the Middle miniseries, or it should be Malcolm's girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't know there was an upcoming Malcolm in the Middle
You
miniseries.
said that last time.
I did? Exactly that way?
Think so.
No way.
Play it back.
Play it back.
And she has a sizable role in the Malcolm in the Middle Disney Plus miniseries that's coming out shortly,
Oh.
where she's going to play Malcolm's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
Sure.
still definitely very active.
Okay. Are we back?
Playing the role of Owen is Colton Stewart. He was in the Disney Plus original, kind of Disney Channel adjacent because Disney Channel produced it, Sneakerella.
Hell yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. He was in the main. He was the main role of the Canadian kids show called Some Assembly Required.
Mm.
Other TV credits include like relatively sizable roles on My Life with the Walter Boys, Unicorn Academy, The Expanse, Lock and Key. He has film credits in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2
Gasp.
and Disenchanted.
Okay. I was more excited about My Big Fat Greek Wedding too.
Yeah, you recognize him?
No. He has one of those faces where I'm like, I feel like I've seen you in something, but also it might just be he looks a little bit like Jordan Fisher. Not a lot.
No, I get that. He would be Jordan Fisher's stunt double,
Yeah,
photo
or
double.
his brother or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing the role of Porter Gibbs is James Godfrey. He's Bonzo in the Zombies franchise.
Yes, baby, Bonzo.
He's really done not much else.
That's so sad because he is so good in this.
This is Porter is a top 5 all-time DCOM character for Kelsey.
Yeah, if not just number one. I don't know who beats him.
I was giving like some breathing room, but
Yeah.
you really do love him a lot.
I love him so much. He's what made me realize that Reformed Bully is like my favorite thing. That and the other me.
Yeah.
Like this Reformed Bully and the other me Reformed Bully are just it's my favorite thing that happens in DCOMs. It's amazing.
Playing the role of Mackenzie Wick is Devin Nakota. She's also in Sneakerella.
Holy crap.
Yeah, she had a major role in Scream 6.
Oh,
She had recurring roles in Degrassi: The Next Generation and Ginny and Georgia.
those are big shows.
Yeah, some like actual good credits within there.
Okay, Mackenzie.
And then finally, playing Coach Carol, that's the rhythmics gymnastics coach,
Hell yeah.
is Naomi Sneakis. She's in the Zombies franchise. She's the principal.
She's the principal. And she in Zombies and in this movie, she's like actually funny.
Yeah.
She's
She's an award-winning improv comic.
that makes sense.
Yeah, she was with Second City Toronto.
Like
And
she
like
took,
I think you can tell, I feel like a lot of times her stuff within here is just try and be a little gag quickly.
yeah, and it's crazy because she took such a nothing role in this movie and made it funny and good. Like her rivalry with the badminton coach is hilarious.
No, that's a lot of, again, I feel like everyone in this movie is really giving it their all. Not like in a showing effort necessarily way, but in like everyone's firing on all cylinders for this movie.
They're just doing good. I feel like a lot of it, I think, is just like it is a pretty solid script and pretty solid directing that like these actors just got to do good work,
Yeah,
which is cool.
yeah. Again, the only issues I necessarily have with performance stuff is like it never feels fully believable lived in, which is really a hard ask for a DCOM, any like B-level budget, but like a made-for-TV movie for kids. It's really hard for me to be like, this is actually happening and get invested in that way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But like, yeah, I'm not gonna really count that against it. And then it's also just sometimes I feel like the script will be like it'll show something interesting, a good emotional beat happens, and then they will like say a line that says what happened. It's like they could have gotten full credit, but they were like, "Oh, we got to make sure people got what we're going
Yeah,
for."
just in case you missed it.
Yeah. Um. Cool. For fun facts, I have that this was based on a book. It's based
Wow.
on The Swap, same name by Megan Schull.
Okay.
Uh, couple of differences that I noted down. It seems like from what I could find, it was mostly similar. A lot of things are similar within there. People like the book, people
Mm,
like the movie.
mhm.
The book had the characters, instead of being in high school like they are now, they were in seventh and eighth grade.
Okay, I think high school is a good choice.
Yeah, I feel like some of the characterization choices make a little bit more sense in middle school, but I don't mind them aging it up for this,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. I
Sure.
just feel like some of like the infighting and stuff feels slightly more childish compared to people who would be going
Yeah.
to college in like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other big difference, and this one's probably the biggest one, is in the book, the characters believe they just have to make it through the weekend and then the nurse will swap them back. They
The
don't think
nurse.
it was like the whole swapping situation was slightly set up differently. And it was like the nurse is going to be the one that, like, she said something suspicious and they're like, oh, we're going to swap back after that.
Mm.
They never felt like there was never a point they felt like they were going to be trapped forever, which is a trope I never love in a body swap movie, but also everyone I've ever seen uses it
They always are like, "No,
because that's
it's
how you
like
got to
this
get like the message
forever."
across,
It's
everything.
you're right, it's literally every single time. Like, the only other one I've seen is, like, Freaky Friday, but in, like, every Freaky Friday, it's like, "Dang, we failed. We're like this forever," and then they figure it out.
Hmm.
Apparently in the book, they're just like, "No, we'll
Yeah.
switch back."
Which again, I think this movie does a lot to fix some problems that I have with the body swap formula. Mainly the fact that they rarely are fighting like at all in this movie. I think the movie's at the weakest point like it gets when they are fighting. It's really nice to see one of these where they're like the whole time trying to help each other and understand each other from the get
Yeah,
go.
they have, like,
We don't have to
one
get
fight.
past that level, you know?
Yeah, it didn't start with them fighting, it started with them just not really knowing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The other fun fact I have was this was released as part of Disney Channel's Monstober event.
What?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Halloween.
No,
It's
nothing
not
at
themed
all.
out at all, but
And trust me, we watched this shortly after Halloween.
no, nothing. Not even
Well,
fall themed.
no, the colors are very bright actually and kind of spring feeling,
Yeah.
even though
Even though it's
it's
hockey, I
hockey.
have no idea when rhythmic gymnastics would be.
But it didn't
But
look
that
cold
season's
outside.
ending.
It looked warm outside. Maybe they live in a warm climate.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, you ready for the Disney Plus description?
Yeah.
Teens, Ellie and Jack are both struggling to juggle school, friends, sports, and family. When an argument about who has it easier gets out of hand, Ellie and Jack trigger a real life body swap. With a rhythmic gymnastic championship and a spot on the varsity hockey team at risk, they must get back in their own bodies before the change is permanent.
The one thing I don't like about this is that argument gets out of hand, where it's like, actually, when it happens, it's so casually done.
It's pretty stupid how it's done.
It is.
What I don't like about this description is it's 3 sentences all ending in periods. There's no emotion in these lines.
I feel like
I don't know. When I'm
I
reading
don't
that,
I don't get your
what?
nitpick. I feel like most descriptions are like periods.
Well, there's usually ...
Oh, you're right. You like those?
Better than just like this is like ChatGPT. If you asked it to describe this movie, would give you a more bright and like emotionally charged message.
I usually think those are really cheesy, but I guess whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I'm just like you're not giving me any of the emotional feel of this when that's a lot of the draw to the movie to me.
Mm.
All right. Well, that concludes the factos. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you for the next one. Wait,
What?
we're gonna cover the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You ready to jump into the movie?
I am ready to look up the Irish into this movie.
Woohoo.
Ooh.
Bum, 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 bum,
Hey,
bum,
don't
bum.
get us like
Man,
copy striked.
I know it sounds so close to the
It's
original.
so obviously Me Too by Megan Trainor.
If I was you, I wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. That's right. This movie starts with a Megan Trainor song. We don't hear a lot of like mainstream pop songs.
Yeah. And part of that is maybe we weren't in the know. Maybe like some of these 2003 ones are starting with pop songs that just
No.
faded off.
Actually, a lot of the early ones did have big songs,
Yeah.
which was wild to hear.
We'll get to You Wish when we get to You Wish.
Well, also I'm thinking like Stuck in the Suburbs.
Yeah.
Stuck in the Middle with You. What? That was crazy. Under Wraps had something too.
That Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah. What? Um, in this one, 2016, guess who's really big? Megan Trainor. We get a hockey montage with Jack and Ellie montage with rhythmic gymnastics, and she is a ribbon. Hooray. The Swap. That's the movie we're watching.
Yeah. Notably, it's like it's back to the era of showing the logo for the movie rather than just like saying the title.
Yeah, it's a logo with little text
Yeah,
boxes.
it's little text bubbles. This movie, I don't know how much we're going to be talking about it through much, is very strong. One of the most I've ever seen it in terms of showing text on screen. This was in an era that was getting very experimental with this in media
Yeah.
because everyone knew that like so much communication happens these days on text, but it's really hard to show that in a movie, and people were trying to figure out the best way of doing it. This one does it in a very like diegetic, easy to understand and like quick way. So I'm actually pretty okay with it.
Yeah, they have the text bubbles on the screen and they voice it over.
Yeah.
And it happens pretty seamlessly.
Yeah. And it like, happens throughout the whole movie a lot. You like
Yeah.
there's never a break from it. Like there's a break from it when the characters aren't texting, but the characters are always texting if it makes sense to text.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Alright.
it was just interesting within there, and they really leaned into that.
Yeah.
For that year, so that's like a gimmick of this movie.
Yes. Alright, so it's Thursday. They tell you always the start of the day, which is cool to like keep track of where we're at. It's
This whole
timeline.
movie is going to take place in like roughly what is it, 72 hours?
It's Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, and the Thursday day takes like 10 minutes of runtime.
So it's Thursday. Oh, Jake. It's Jack.
Probably
Right?
just typoed.
Jack was at hockey tryouts and he talks with his friend Owen, and his dad is the coach and he calls him coach. And the coach is like, don't think that just because you're my son, you're gonna get special treatment. Okay, you have to make varsity just the same way everyone else has to make varsity. And meanwhile, Ellie's at gymnastics and girls gossip.
Yeah. Specifically rhythmic gymnastics. I know you already mentioned that, but
Yes.
yeah, she's a rhythmic gymnastics person,
Yes.
not a normal gymnastics person.
Exactly.
And they got a bunch of banners in the back showing that this is a good squad. They've won a lot.
Hell yeah. And then coach is like, all right, girls, you're gonna pair off. But Ellie doesn't get paired off with Sassy, even though they've been paired off literally their whole lives together. So she's like, what the heck? I'm supposed to be with Sassy. And coach is like, well, too bad. Aspen is new here and they're like the same body type. Also, Aspen's really cool. So she's gonna be with Sassy. And then back at hockey, Jack is like, I'm gonna go to college and get drafted by the NHL. And he has like this little plan.
Yeah.
But
His plan is make varsity,
go to college.
go to college
I forgot
on
what
a
college.
scholarship,
but they're
At Boston College. It was Boston
Boston?
College,
Okay.
which is a higher end hockey program. They drafted in the NHL.
Boom. That's his plan. Pretty simple, pretty layman's terms. I feel like maybe that is how sports is that easy.
Yeah, I mean, step one is significantly easier than step two, which is significantly easier than step three.
Uh-huh.
But he's trying to get step one right now.
Yes. And then, uh-oh, it's not gonna be so easy because there's a guy who hates the Malloys. His name is Porter. It's Bonzo from Zombies. And he actually gets to talk in this movie for real.
He
And not
doesn't
their
just say
zombie.
zig zig zag zig zug zig da.
He is still really tall though. Um, so then back to gymnastics. Coach mentions that the school is either going to cut badminton or rhythmic gymnastics.
Notably, badminton is like in sharing the gym with them at this moment.
Yeah, so they have to win big on Sunday against Silverleaf High, or will be demoted to a club. So no longer a sport, it's going to be like rhythm gymnastics club, or apparently badminton will be badminton club,
Yeah,
which is kind of sad because both of these are a sport.
they both are in the Olympics.
Yeah. And Ellie goes like, "But my dad, I mean, but people won't come out for a club, like to our meets and stuff." And then the badminton coach comes over and he talks shit to the gymnastics coach. It's really funny.
So funny. We wrote none of the
I wrote
jokes
none of
down.
the jokes down. Honestly, I'm not gonna even do them justice. Guys, if you are remotely interested in this movie, go watch it. It's funny. Go watch the coaches.
I mean,
talk
I wouldn't
shit.
call it like super funny of a movie. It's very funny at points, but it's also like it's not a straight comedy.
No, no, it has heart, but if you want to know what the coaches do, like, go watch it. It's funny. All right, back at hockey tryouts, Jack plays while coach yells. And then Porter comes in and knocks Jack down really hard. And he goes, "Not so tough for a coach's kid, are you, Malloy? Can't even take a hit." And then Jack comes back up and he's like, "Oh, I can. I'm going to take the last varsity spot." There's only one more varsity spot, apparently. They already know this. And then Jack comes and takes the puck and he scores. Whoa. And coach was like, "All right, bring it in. Whoever's going to get the last varsity spot, we need to see your A game on the ice and off. No shenanigans, all right? There's 2 more days of tryouts, so show me what you're made of." Apparently, tryouts are like the whole week.
I mean, it's not that uncommon for it to be like a multi-day process, and it's not a whole week. Again, this is a 4-day movie.
Yeah. I'm just assuming that this isn't the first day, but maybe
I think it is.
Oh, really?
I think it is.
Oh, so it's like the weekend.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Back to gymnastics coach. She also gives a pep talk, and that both of the coaches are like, "Don't blow it. Don't blow it."
Kind of weird unison. I think it's just trying to show like, hey, they're actually the same,
Yeah, I guess.
but it's like, yeah.
Now it's Friday. You're right. Thursday took nothing.
10 minutes was an overestimate. It takes like 1 minute.
Now it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So now it's Friday. Jack plays street hockey with his brothers in their driveway. We tell him to cut his hair, but he's like, "No, no one touched my hair." He's like a mullet, kind of, just like Shaggy. It's not actually a full mullet.
His hair goes down to his like shoulders.
Yeah. And I don't think it looks good.
No, well, it's not what the actor typically
No.
goes with. He typically has the short hair.
I didn't mention it earlier, and I think I'm just gonna mention it now. The actor for Jack, to me, was an interesting casting.
I agree, and I was waiting for a good time to talk because he doesn't look like a hockey player in the
At
slightest.
all, he actually looks very like unathletic. Not like you can't
I
run.
could totally believe him being good at some sports, but hockey is such like a
Hockey's
burly man sport.
And especially with how much they show him like working out with his brother. You just compare him to his brothers. His brothers are tall and like kind of muscular, and Jack is just like a little short and scrawny.
Which you could believe, like they know their puberty hit's going to come up.
Maybe
him.
he's a sophomore.
Yeah, like it's totally possible for that to be kind of like hand waved away of, yeah, he doesn't look like this now because his brothers are older.
Yeah, but he's like the shortest character in the whole movie.
And no one ever comments on it or like lampshades it at all.
No, they just act like it's totally normal. He just doesn't.
It is a little bit off-putting.
He just doesn't look like a typical DCOM jock at all, and that's what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But his more kind of, like, shyness that he has in the like, he's good at doing that, though.
I think as an actor, he's good. I agree. It's kind
Yeah.
of a weird casting choice for the role.
Just, like, by casting a jock, they didn't do that.
No.
But I don't know, I like the movie anyway, so. Alright, so then they hit the pocket jack and he falls down and they're like, "Man up. Are you crying?" He's like, "I'm not crying." And then he sees that his phone is broken and they're like, "Shit." They
Yeah,
keep
he
playing.
got hit by the puck, landed on his butt, and didn't take the phone out of his pocket and broke it.
Why would you play sports with a phone in your pocket?
I know that's uncomfortable. I never do it.
Yeah, and you're gonna break your phone.
Yeah.
Especially you're playing on concrete. At Ellie's house, she has a lot of trophies for gymnastics, and she's packing for school. And Aspens sends a picture of her outfit in like the rhythmic gymnastics group chat, and she's like, "Look at my outfit,
Oh my God,
so cute,
besties.
wearing skirt." And Ellie's like, "What about our tradition of tracksuits before a meet?" And no one replies.
Yeah, she's kind of getting iced out. The
It's actually really sad to see how.
No, it's something we'll talk about because they don't like not comment on it
Yeah,
within here. But Aspen is just this new girl, in quotes.
yeah, she's new. Yeah, she's new.
She's at least newish.
Yeah, she's, like, new this year at least, and she's totally changing the dynamics of this group,
Yeah,
and it doesn't fit Ellie's vibe, and so she's being iced out,
yeah.
which sucks.
It's also a very human and real thing that happens that children will go through.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm like, I'm happy they're showing it within here. This is like one of the ones where I'm like, they use the group chat dynamic mentality of everything within here a bit better than like they definitely. It could have been done a lot worse where
yeah,
they're showing this lesson and they're gonna like continue to bring up the points of a lot of different angles of how for these friendships are adapting.
yeah. So Jack is also getting ready for the day, packing his bag, and one of his brothers comes in and gives him a pink phone, and it says, like, "You can use this phone instead." He's like, "But it's girly," and, he's like, "Well, too bad, like, it's still in our plan, it was their mom's phone." We learned their mom has died. So, he put his phone number in the mom's phone, is like, "Here, you can use it." Dad never took it off the
This
plan.
is this is one of the ones where I was most um thinking to myself, like, they have a really good emotional beat here, but then they say one extra line, and I'm like, okay, you're explaining a little too much within here, and it like hurts it for me just to make sure the general audience fully gets it within here because they have this great line where the brother is like handing him the phone, and it's like, yeah, Dad, I don't think he could shut it off. Like he said, he never bothered to. He paid for a year, so he wasn't going to shut off, but I just don't think he could.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he left the line right there, that's like way more haunting and like
Yeah.
harrowing and a mood setter than what they say after there of just like about it being the mom's phone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, "Look, it's mom's phone." Yeah. I know, because you can infer you get it immediately, at least we did, because
Yeah.
we're
We
adults.
also have seen this movie before and
Yeah.
know that the mom is dead.
Yeah, but it's pretty easy to infer, like, you don't see the mom.
Yeah. Well, it also like is much more explicit later on in the film.
Yeah,
It doesn't need they could have it as like a semi reveal later on.
exactly, you can hint at it now by saying, like, "He never turned this off."
Yeah.
There you go, like and it's clearly a woman's phone, like, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Ellie outside sees her mom doing yoga, so she's, like, a yoga instructor. Then they get in the car and they start driving, and mom wants Ellie to have a new phone. Ellie likes her old phone because
Now,
it's from her dad.
are we not going to mention the fact that the car is like sideways on the driveway?
Oh, yeah. What? Why would she do
I
that?
think the
She's like,
line was like, "Oh, I was getting the feng shui ready for the car or something." I'm like,
"Gross."
what the fuck was that?
Yeah. So, Ellie has, like, a really old flip phone, and mom's like, "You should get a new one," and she's like, "No, I like this one. It's from my dad." So, her dad, like it's probably, like, her first phone that she got a few years ago
Yeah.
from her dad.
I mean, we can spoil this one because they actually do hide the dad one a little bit longer.
They do, yes.
The dad left the family,
Yes.
just abandoned his daughter. So we don't know if it's an abandonment or a divorce where he just immediately said, "Nope, I'm out."
Yeah, either way, he's gone and he's not
Really
visiting.
in the picture much at all.
Right. It's not like Ellie goes and sees him all the time. Like, he never really shows up for her, unfortunately. Um, Mom is like, it has too much power because it's like a totem because she puts so much emotional value into this thing that it's gonna have power over her. And this is important. This is like the whole
Yeah.
explanation of the thing. Um, so we get that little explanation. And then Jack runs out to meet Coach at his car, but he can't be late, so he has to jump through the passenger window.
Well, I think they just do this in this family.
Well, I think it saves them like even though it probably doesn't, but to
Or the
them
car
it
can start
saves.
driving while they get readjusted.
I guess like it's supposed to save time. And the dad, I mean, coach says, "Better be 3 hours too soon than 1 minute late." He says this kind of stuff all the time, like little quote inspirational quotes, end quote. I didn't write them all down, but I thought that one was funny.
Yeah, his whole thing was just giving inspirational quotes. I love it when he quotes himself.
Back to Ellie, mom is like, maybe it won't be too bad if gymnastics is a club. Like it'll be something new. You should do new things. Like look at Sassy. Like she doesn't need to be your best friend anymore, and she can do new things. Like that, she's already doing that. And Ellie's kind of like, "Mm, okay."
Ellie is very clearly like worried her mom is a helicopter parent
And
with
she
him.
is being a helicopter parent, but yeah. Um, and she also doesn't want things to change so much. Right, so now, we're at school, and there's a bunch of group chats. It's like something they do now and then right at the end of the movie where they, like, go through different group chats or texting happening.
Between just all the minor characters of the film, basically.
Yeah, just some random kids in the hall.
Whoever they're
Some of them are
texting to
friends.
whoever they're texting.
Yeah, and then Ellie hugs her mom goodbye, and Jack walks by, so it's like, "Ooh, they don't know each other." And then Ellie tries to say hi to her friends, and they're like, "Where's your skirt?" 'Cause they're all wearing skirts,
And she's
and
wearing the
she's
tracksuit.
wearing a tracksuit. And, she says, "Come on, Sass, what about the tracksuits?" And Aspen's like, "Well, I wasn't here last year to, like, fashion rescue you guys, so you need to wear a skirt." So Ellie, like, puts on a skirt over her tracksuit, and it's ugly, but she's trying to fit in. And then Aspen points out Jack, who Sassy has, like, a big crush on, apparently. And Ellie's like, "I didn't know you liked Jack. Like, does he even know who you are?" And Aspen goes, "Hello. Have you never heard of a vision board?" Jack is all over hers.
It is notable that like it's kind of revealed later on. She's had a thing for Jack for like a
A
day.
couple days, maybe, yeah. Apparently, she's a Pinterest board about it.
Yeah, but she's probably just hanging with Aspen and crushing on boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sassy struts over to Jack, and I specifically wrote
She
struts.
stressed like she means it.
Yeah. And she goes, "Hey, Jack."
There's a lot of awkward flirting within this,
Yes.
and like as someone who never got into a relationship or even really tried within high school or middle school or anything, I'm like, was this really how it was? Or is this just something that like adults right saying children do? Because I really don't know.
Oh.
I don't have the man hours figuring that out.
Jack is awkward, and he
He
literally
goes,
just says
guh,
nothing.
guh.
And we learn he's not good with girls, and he just leaves. And Sassy goes, "Oh, I love the silent type." So then, in the hall, Jack gets a text from Coach that says, "You did not wake up today to be mediocre. So carpe diem before carpe diems before wait. You did not wake up today to be mediocre. So carpe diem before diem carpes you."
I love that because it's very meaningless. But carpe diem before diem carpes you is a really funny line.
It
Just
is.
even at you can say that as a one-liner that would get a laugh at a stand-up bar. It's great.
And then Porter comes over to bully Jack. And he says, "Isn't it a rule if you start a fight that you can't get on varsity?" And Jack's like, "When you know you've tried out like 3 times." And he
And
goes,
Porter snaps back immediately.
"It was 4 times? I did sophomore year twice, idiot."
Love Porter.
Porter's so funny, dude. And then Porter pushes Jack down. By the way, the height difference is crazy with
Yeah,
guys.
because the actor for Jack is small. The actor for Porter is tall.
Tall. Um, and he starts to film him on the ground. And he's like, "I'm gonna make it look like you started the fight." And then Jack just gives in immediately and tries to tackle Porter. Porter steps out of the way, so Jack falls down again. And Porter's like, "Well, that was easy. I have this on video now. Say goodbye to your dreams, buddy." We talk about how this video sucks as evidence.
All he got was a video of Jack on the ground, clearly looked like he kind of been thrown there,
And
and
Porter's
then he
saying, like,
lunged. Yeah, which
"I'm
maybe
gonna make
he'll
this
scrub the audio.
like, okay, let's say he scrubbed the audio.
Then you get
Jack is
him
on the
lunging
ground
on the ground to the other side of the ground.
and then falling.
There's nothing in there that would actually be worrying, but we're held. It's held over the head for the rest of the movie.
Like,
What's going on?
Porter, you don't think this is gonna look bad for you that you were filming Jack, like, clearly pushed down on the ground? How'd he get there? How do you think, like, neither of you will make the team, if anything. Okay, so then in the bathroom, Ellie sees a milk mustache.
This is kind of this is
So
an important scene for it to happen and stuff here, but it's kind of a silly reason for all of this to happen.
Why can't she just be in the stall? They didn't want to show her peeing?
I guess.
Yeah. So, like, there's no paper towels, so she goes into a stall to get toilet paper to wipe off a milk mustache.
Also, why did no one tell her, or why couldn't she feel it? You feel a milk mustache, especially when it's significant as they were showing there.
Maybe what they should have done, this is me in the writing room, it sneezes. She needs a tissue. There's no tissue.
Yeah.
I gotta go get some toilet paper.
It would be like, why didn't you just wash your hands?
She needs to wipe her nose.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I would have written instead of very obvious chocolate milk mustache. Oh, whatever. Aspen and Sassy come in while Ellie's in the stall, so she hides and she overhears them talking shit about
Yeah,
Ellie.
when in the bathroom, may as well talk shit.
Good point. And they make fun of her ponytail, and they make fun of the old phone that her dad gave her. And Sassy's like, "Yeah, it was all sad when her dad left, but like life goes on."
Sassy's a really interestingly written character,
She is.
and it's a really fine line to balance, and it's one I think the movie does a decent job. Maybe not perfect, maybe not, definitely not awful.
Yeah.
But they need to make her both clearly villainous, but less than Aspen, which is not that hard to do.
Right.
But also redeemable enough for the whole plot to make sense. To the
Right.
point where the memories, evidence, everything that was in their friendship before is real, but that
Yeah.
she doesn't want to be friends anymore and doesn't know how to say it.
Yeah, what's happening with Sassy is that like her and Ellie were really tight. And what you infer is that basically this year with Aspen coming in, Sassy is making this big change to conform to Aspen's way of living, basically, and her type of friendship, and moving away from Ellie. And Ellie is desperate to hold on to what they had.
If you've ever seen Banshees of Inisherin, it's basically that.
No.
It's gonna cut off a finger, don't worry.
Yeah. And it's just something that, like, she's changing as a person. And she says it late in the movie, she's like, "I'm a sophomore now." It's like they're growing, they are diverting interests, you know? Like, Sassy is turning into Aspen's lackey the type of lackey we see in so many other DCOMs. It's crazy we get to see the early stages of it happening,
Mm-hmm.
but this is how it happens.
This is how the squad gets together.
Exactly. She's gonna get dumber and dumber, and that's just how it goes.
We're seeing Agent Zero is crazy.
So Sassy's like, I know it's sad her dad left, but life goes on. She's like, "Get over it already." Maybe I should just tell her she's clingy and she'll change. Like, it's just so mean. This was her best friend and she's talking about her like this. And then Aspen's like, "Fine, give her one more chance, but if she's weird at the party, it'll be time to pull the plug." And they leave. And Ellie takes off her skirt. So she's like, "This is bullshit." She
She
cries
just
in the hall.
notably she throws it at the wall, and leaves it there. There's a trash can right next to her as she's walking out. To put the skirt in the trash.
Yeah.
But nope.
Or just kept it because it's a fine skirt.
Yeah. Can be used in a different way. Could have put it in her pocket.
She's pissed off and she cries in the hall.
Yeah, so they both of our main characters are going to the nurse's office because that's what you do when
you cry.
you cry.
I'm crying, I'm going to the nurse. I mean, you don't want to go to class, I guess.
Yeah, no, like it's somewhat reasonable, I'm guessing, but
Yeah. So at the nurse's office, the nurse goes, "It's my lucky day. I got a crier and a kid with a bloody nose."
and like nurse, with all due respect, you're a school nurse. What are you expecting? That seems pretty reasonable.
The nurse is so weird, actually, and she's supposed to be like purely comedic, and it doesn't really work for me because I'm like, what? You're not a good nurse.
I think this is like she was supposed to be the witch, like doing everything
But she's not.
in the book,
Yeah, in the book.
and they probably kept some of that characterization and didn't change it when they changed the plot.
Yeah. I got a crier and a kid with a bloody nose. What am I doing? My job? And then she turns to Jack and she's like, "You want to cry? It looks like you got hit hard." And Jack's like, "No, I'm fine. I'm not a girl." And he's like literally looking at two women and he goes, "No
They all
offense."
go,
Yeah, he goes, "No offense." And Ellie's like, "Is that supposed to make it less offensive?" Also, guys have it way easier. And Jack's like, "No, we don't."
This is so randomly put within
It's
here.
so weird.
Like, I'm okay with it only because it gets to the plot quicker.
They do this so fast. Like they're about to swap, and the way it happens, like a minute, 2 minutes, and it's so that they can do the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't like
Yeah, it's one of
completely
those.
hate
I'm
it.
fine hand waving it away, but we could say this is a choppy scene.
Very choppy. The nurse is like, "Shut up, stop fighting. Here's your phones back. Just text each other about it." So they text
So
each
they're
other.
texting. They're still next to each other. They're texting each other. They have each other's phone numbers.
Apparently, yes.
Which, to be fair, like they're not established. They're established to know each other.
They know
So
of each
it's
other.
very possible they like have each other's phone numbers, but
I
they probably
guess
never text.
they could have just exchanged. I guess I don't know. But it's like, your life's easier as a boy. No, your life is easier as a girl. I wish I had your life. And for real, I would take your life. And they're like, deal. And then they magically swap bodies instantly because of their little text message saying, "Let's
some
switch."
like swirly air comes around them, and then they're lying on the ground.
Yeah, they fell on the floor. And we get their inner monologues inside each other's bodies. And they see each other and they scream. Like, it happens so fast. Which, yeah, one of my, like, I have very few negative things about this movie. This is one of them where it's like the explanation for this, there like is none.
No.
But I'm okay with it because the rest of the movie needs room to breathe. And so they
It cut
said
the pacing at the front and gave us more of the interesting stuff.
exactly. So the okay. So Jack and so okay, now every time I say Jack, Jack is in Ellie's body. And Ellie's in Jack's body. Okay. But I'm gonna
It's a
say
body
they're
swap movie. It's gonna be confusing.
It's
A
gonna be
podcast
confusing.
format.
It's
So
gonna be
that's what's
confusing.
happening until they switch back.
Yes.
Plot twist, they switch back.
So imagine Jack when I say Jack, girl, and when I say Ellie, boy, because there's fun. Okay. So Jack is like, let's slap each other.
So they just both full on slap
They
each other.
slap each other and it doesn't work. And then they realize that they texted each other about switching lives. And Ellie remembers the totem thing that her mom said. It literally flashes back to that conversation. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, was this a special phone?" And Jack's like, "Yeah, it was a special phone. It belonged to someone special." And they're like, "Okay, that's what happened. These are our totems. Let's untext our wish." So they're like, "I wish we could switch back." It doesn't work. And then the bell rings. So like, shit, we're gonna have to fake beat each other until we can get to Ellie's house to look at some book that her mom has about totems or something.
The mom's like Mythical Religions 101 book.
Exactly. And so they quick give like super recaps of their lives. They're like, "Okay, I live with my mom. She's a yoga instructor. I do rhythmic gymnastics." And he's like, "Okay, I live with my brothers and my dad, who's coach. And I play
Call him
hockey."
coach, they'll call him that. Notably, he never like they never say what the brothers' names are. I'm like, I feel like that's information you would want to
You
know.
should
It's
know.
not known for sure.
Yeah, just hope she figures it out. I guess maybe she knows their brothers. I think they're seniors.
Yeah. No, and they're varsity hockey
Like
players.
the Malloys are popular
Yeah.
here.
So it's possible it's known.
Right in the hall, they see Sassy and Aspen, and Ellie's like, "Uh-oh, she likes you. I can't break girl code. Like she can't see us together." But then Sassy comes up and goes, "Hey, Jack." And Ellie, who's now in Jack's body, goes, "Hey there, Miss Sassy." And she goes, "So you do know my name. What are you doing here, Ellie?" And Jack in Ellie's body's like, and Aspen's like, "See, Buzz Killer." And then they leave.
Crazy thing to say out loud in front of someone.
I know she like not only talks shit about Ellie behind her back, she talks shit to her
She's like,
face.
I'll tell you to your face.
I'll tell you
She's
to your
not
face, I
hiding
hate
it.
you. Yeah. Ellie's like, "What the heck? Don't make things worse with Sassy. Like things are weird right now." And Jack's like, "Well, don't blubber because I can't have things worse with my dad." And Ellie's like, "What the fuck? So I have feelings? Is that a crime?" And then Porter comes out. He goes, "Hey, Malloy, guess where I'm heading? A viewing party with Coach." And Jack's like, "Dude, leave him alone," because he's in Ellie's body.
Yeah.
"Stop spreading your misery, man." And Porter goes, "Oh, you're a firecracker, aren't ya? What's your name, tracksuit?" And he's like, "Ellie?" She's like, "Well, I'm Porter. Pleasure. Please tell me you're not with him." And they're both like, "No way." And Porter's like, "Cool. I'm gonna buy a dozen donuts." Okay, so he's like, "Cool, sounds good. I got a coupon that if I buy a dozen donuts, I get one free. So maybe I could give you my freebie tomorrow AM."
Very smooth ask out a date when you were in the middle of bullying the kid.
He just
Pretty
like
great.
immediately switches to like, "I want to ask this girl out. I got a free donut coming my way tomorrow morning." And Jack is like, "Yes, but really, 40. I would love to go out for fried pastry if you do me a favor and don't show Jack's dad that video." And Porter's like, "Huh. I mean, like, I guess it can wait one day. All right then, 10 a.m. Banana.
Manana.
Manana."
It's tomorrow in Spanish.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did write it down though. And then he goes like, "Porty." Like she called me Porty. That's awesome. And then he leaves. I love Porter so much. Ellie's like, "What the fuck? I don't want to go out with him. Like, that's my body going on a date with him. Why you can't do that?" And Jack's like, "Too bad. If I'm gonna be a girl, I'm at least gonna try and make things better for guy me." And they go, "All right, let's split up."
Like, yeah, that makes enough sense.
So they split up and they talk on the phone so it doesn't look suspicious that they're together. And they mention their sports. And Ellie's dad is coming to the meet on Sunday, so it's very important to her. And Jack has varsity trials, which is very important to him to make varsity. So they leave to get picked up by their parents and they say good luck. And then Jack, in Ellie's body, runs and hops in through the window of Ellie's mom's car, like he did when he was a boy.
Yeah, Ellie's mom is just like, that's
What the
wild.
fuck? And she said, "Why'd you do that?" And Jack goes, "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I mean, mom." And then Ellie's like, "Oh fuck. That's how they do things? That's what I gotta do." So she also jumps in the brother's car through the window, and both cars leave. So then Jack talks with Ellie's mom in the car as they're driving home, and mom mentions the party tomorrow night, and it's Paris themed. And then
Yeah, how did the mom get all the social deets at all times?
I have
The
no
mom
idea.
knows way more about what's going on than Ellie does.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's the gossip between the moms. Maybe she knows Claire's mom. I don't know. And then Jack's brother is like talking with Ellie and is like, "What do you say, Shaggy? Chop chop for the fuffa? Are you up for it? Chop in the salad?" And Ellie's like, "I guess." And he goes, "Really? Sweet." And then Jack gets to practice, to rhythm and gymnastics practice, and he like closes his eyes in front of all the girls in the locker room, and then he gets a text from Ellie, and Ellie's like, "Quick, what's chopping the salad mean?" And Jack tries to text back like, "No, no, don't chop the
Yeah,
salad."
notably, he didn't see that text at the moment it was
Yeah,
sent. It was
it's
like 30 minutes prior.
yeah, it's too late now. And then gymnastics starts, and Jack has to put on a leotard, but he respects women's bodies.
It is a running, I'm going to say gag, but it's more of a character trait
Mhm.
that Jack will not get naked at all in any capacity.
Exactly. Or if he's naked, he closes his eyes.
Yeah,
He's like, "I'm not gonna look at the body." So he puts the
he's
leotard,
very much like, it's not my right.
which is so sweet. It's so cute.
Well,
Especially like
notably, we never get the inverse. We don't know.
no, I think Ellie doesn't really care.
Yeah,
Um, but Jack is like, "I'm not looking at a woman's body without permission. Like, this is wrong." And it's so sweet because I think you would get a pass when it's literally you're in that body
yeah.
right now. But he's like, "No way." Um, so he puts the leotard over the tracksuit and he comes into practice and it looks silly. And he's like, "I got chilly." And then Aspen's like, "The freak gets freakier."
We're again right in front of everyone, including the coach. And the coach is like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And then we get a practice montage where Jack tries his best but isn't that great at ribbon.
he's like, oh, maybe this isn't as hard, easy as just swirling a ribbon like I said it was.
Yeah, and then he chest bumps Aspen down to the ground at one point, which I thought was
Aspen
funny.
was like making fun, like did a little knockback thing, and then just basically went, oh, we're doing a hockey fight.
Yeah. And then he also launches a ball up and breaks a light.
That one I thought was quite fun.
So then Ellie gets home to, Jack's house, and it's all gross there with the boys. They pin her down and fart on her.
Yeah, this is what boys do. You
Yeah,
every decom that is like a house full of boys has like a fart war in it,
yeah.
which is weird because I don't think that's real.
Well, you
I
wouldn't know
mean,
you had a sister,
I
so
had a sister.
yeah, so it ruined the
Yeah,
dynamics. If if you had all brothers, I bet you'd have fart wars.
yeah. Who am I to judge?
Now it's time to trim the fringe. So then later, Jack leaves gymnastics practice, and Ellie texts like, "Don't kill me." And so Jack's like, "No!" And he tries to call, there's no answer. So he leaves a message. And they're like kind of in the school right now. He's in the school. And he goes, "I would kill you, Jack Malloy, but I can't live without you."
Which is a really funny banger of a line to say, like when you're trying to calling someone. In this whole situation, you could say so much more, especially when someone's eavesdropping on you,
Yeah.
trying to get you out of the friend group.
Yeah. It's like it's so quippy because it's like I literally can't live without you because that's my body.
I can't quit you, Malloy.
I wish I could quit you. Gasp! Aspen overheard the message, so she texts Sassy that there's girl code breakage.
They
And then,
very formalized girl code and bro code
oh
in
yeah.
this
Oh
movie.
yeah.
I don't know how much you wrote about that, but like
Eh,
it's one of the minor side plots. I'm like, I could leave that.
mm.
Maybe just be a person code.
Well,
Not like
it's like a thing though of like
yeah.
don't talk to the boy I like.
No, I know. Like
Yeah.
there is actual terminology, everything within you. I just feel like they leaned a little too heavy into it.
Yeah, I guess.
When they could just be like, hey, just be like a better person. Because you could say that about this one. It's like, okay, you're now talking about Jack Malloy right after I've revealed I like him. That's suspect. Yeah.
Yeah. Back at Jack's house, Ellie looks at the new short haircut and sees that there's a message and goes like, "Sorry, I don't want to get yelled at right now." And the bros come over to get ready for tryouts.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got to put on your pants and your helmet, but in these vague terms that you don't understand.
Uh-huh. Outside the school, Mom asks Jack, in Ellie's body, about the phone thing again. Like, so I want to talk about your phone again. And Jack's like, "Oh, yeah, let's talk about the totem thing. Break it down. Let's say it had some kind of power over you. What would you need to do to unpower it?" And Mom's like, "It's funny you asked because I deactivated your phone and got you a new one."
Yay!
And
Which
Jack's
is
like, "What?"
like, yeah, at the time right here, like the previous scene talking about it was like, oh, this is kind of a memory of dad type thing.
Yeah.
It's important to me. And now she's like, well, it's done.
It's done. Well, actually, it won't be deactivated until Sunday at noon. And Jack's like, ah. So he texts Ellie about the canceling of the phone. They only have 2 days to figure this out because if the phone gets canceled, then they can't use it anymore and they can't switch back.
Which I'm going to still say doubt. I feel like they could figure it out within here, but they both believe that they can't.
They believe they have to text each other with that phone.
Which I believe they could text, but like you could find it an alternative to texting, I'm guessing would work.
But the theory that they have, which I think the movie is going with, is that it's those phones specifically that
Yeah.
belong to their parents.
Well, I'm saying you can still just pop a new SIM card in there. You did that. You did that on
Yeah, why can't you just keep the
Jack's
phone?
phone, you know?
I guess so. The phone's getting canceled. I guess the phone number is getting canceled. But didn't she say I programmed this
But if
new
it's
phone?
if it's the object that is of the attention, not the phone number, again, you should be able to pop
Well,
a
I'm
new
saying
SIM card
like
in there.
this plan is getting canceled. Why can't you transfer the phone number to a new plan?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, they both yell "No" as the cars pass each other. Like they're literally passing each other on the road right now. And Jack also throws in a "my hair."
Because he got to see the fact that it's short now.
Yeah, it was really funny. So now Ellie is at hockey. Owen is there. Owen just like hangs out at hockey tryouts. Also, Owen doesn't play hockey.
Yeah.
Owen's there to cheer on Jack.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
Yeah. Um, no, he does play hockey because he had the mouth guard. Or is it a different guy?
That was a different guy.
Sorry, different guy. Owen's not there. It's a different friend. A different hockey kid like has a mouth guard in his mouth and then takes it out and says, "Oh, sorry, Jack. I took your mouth guard. Here you go." And Ellie is like, I have to put it in my mouth. It's not your
my mouth.
body.
It's not my mouth.
It's not my mouth. That's so gross. Go rinse it off.
Yeah, you could easily just squirt bottle water onto it.
At least that. Or go to the bathroom and clean it. That's so gross.
Yeah.
So then hockey starts. Ellie falls like immediately on the ice.
She's bad at this, like really bad. Like I feel like would be told to get off the ice, something is clearly wrong bad.
Yeah, we get a montage of hockey drills, and at the end she gets hit in the nuts.
Which, yeah.
I've never experienced that before.
Oh. What do you think getting hit in the nuts feels like?
I've heard it's like your stomach kind of twists. Like it hurts inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a stomach twist, but definitely like a shooting pain that's like very strong and pointed.
Yeah. Makes sense. So then Jack in Ellie's body. Ellie has a physical. So Jack has to go to Ellie's physical for her.
Kind of insane behavior. They really kind of gloss over this and just have it like as a scene to talk with someone else.
Yeah.
But like actually kind of insane. Like another movie, this would be like a whole huge gimmick plot thing about talking about girl stuff and how your body's changing or something.
Yeah, and they use it as a way for Jack to find out about the dad also.
All of which is interesting in its own way. I'm kind of happy they didn't. Again, this movie, the gender norms roles of it is very much a B plot. It's there, but it is never the focus. And even a moment like this where it feels like they could lean into it if they wanted to, they're like, that's not the story we're trying to tell.
Exactly.
And I appreciate the movie standing up for what it wants to be.
So when it cuts to this physical, Jack has like a mask over his eyes, and the doctor goes, "You can take the mask off your face now." It's so cute because he didn't want to look at Ellie's body, and he says, "I just don't like looking at needles or other things that aren't my right to look at." And then the doctor mentions like, "How you doing lately? I know losing a parent is hard because your dad abandoned you."
Jack is like, well, my mom is dead.
Yeah, losing a parent is hard.
Yeah, believe me.
So after hockey practice, coach is like, "What happened today?" And Ellie's like, "I'm sorry, like I'm not myself. Hopefully I'll be myself again soon." And coach is like, "I don't know if putting more pressure on you is like a good or bad thing." And Ellie goes, 99% of child psychologists would say it's bad. He goes, "But hey, they're dedicating a bleacher seat to your mother's memory on Sunday since it's the 1 year anniversary of I would just rather avoid the irony of her son blowing his chance at varsity on the same day. Got me?"
Yeah, this is where it's like full on. I mean, again, they've already basically said it, but it's like full on revealed. They don't say how she died.
No, they never do, which they don't need
They don't
to.
need to.
Yeah, but they do say now he says it's the 1-year anniversary of, and he doesn't say that she's dead, but it's clear
Yeah.
that, like, she's dead.
That's what it is. I don't think anyone could miss it at this point.
No.
And yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, you cut your hair. She always liked it long." But good choice. Better for us to keep moving forward. Which is like, I love these little nuggets that we get into Jack's relationship with his mom.
Mhm.
Where earlier he was so defensive of his hair, like, no one's cutting my hair. And you now know probably a big reason for that is because his mom always liked it long.
Yeah.
And earlier, I didn't mention it then, but I'll mention it now. They mentioned like the brothers' names are Gunner and
Styler,
no, it's weirder.
Striker.
Striker.
That's why.
Gunner and Striker. And it's like those are weird names. And um and Jack, I think maybe he did tell Ellie their names because Ellie goes like, those are weird
Yeah.
names. Or someone does. And Jack goes like, yeah, my dad named my twin brothers, but my mom got to name me. So that's another nugget of like how close specifically Jack was with his mom. But also, why the fuck did dad get to name both twins?
I know, it doesn't make sense.
Their firstborns are twin boys, and he goes, I'm naming both of them.
One's Gunner, one's Striker. Or you can leave.
And then they have another boy, and she's like, I'm naming this one, you can't have
And
it.
it's gonna be Jack.
Jack. A normal ass name.
And he's gonna be a little boy.
He's gonna be little boy. Like, I also think, like, and they never talk about it, but like the fact that he's smaller than the rest of them.
He's
It's
the
like,
youngest.
he's a little baby boy that she probably gave like extra special attention to. Not that she didn't love the others too, obviously.
Look at this fan fiction you're doing.
I know. I put a lot of this is part of it is that like how much I'm inferring about the relationship with
No,
like
this
the mom.
movie leaves you with room to ponder. It never answers all of the questions that it has, but it doesn't leave anything unknowingly unanswered. It feels way more real
Yeah,
than other ones do, even with the premise. And even though I'm like, you don't feel in the moment, but the characters actually feel honest, even if the plot doesn't.
yeah. It's one of my favorite parts of this movie is the whole plot of like
The world building is good.
of Jack's story specifically in his family of these men who lost their mom slash wife and are now navigating without her.
Yeah.
I find that like way more compelling for me than Ellie's side. All right. Back at home that night, Jack looks for the book about the totems and stuff, and the mom's like, I drew a lovely bubble bath for you. And Jack's like, no way am I doing a bubble bath. But then it cuts to him enjoying the bubble bath because it's really nice and it smells good. And also, the bubbles help cover the body that he refuses to look at. And at Jack's house, the bros call who they think is Jack for a phone call. They're like, you got a phone call. It's a girl. And then Ellie opens the door as Jack with the towel like all the way up to the nips because that's what you do in a girl to cover your boobs, and also a towel on her head.
Yeah, it's one of those like it's the feminine towel setup.
Yeah, which is
it's like again one of the rare times that this will actually be like tackling a gender thing because it's a very nonchalant, non-important one.
Yeah, it's just silly. It's funny. It's
they all just laugh.
They just laugh at him because it's like, why are you doing that? So she takes the phone and so Jack and Ellie are talking on the phone now about how bad their sports went. And then Jack reads from the book. He's like, I found the book. And he also mentions the physical. But don't worry, I'm a gentleman. And as he says this, so like, don't worry, I'm a gentleman. I didn't look at your body. He kind of sits up in the tub, and we
you can see it's a swimsuit.
It's a swimsuit. He's also wearing a swimsuit in the tub. So he's fully taking this, like, I'm not looking at your body ever. And Ellie goes, like, I'm sorry about your mom. They're doing a dedication for her on Sunday. And Jack's like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, too, about your dad leaving. And then they both go, like, all right, cool. That's awkward.
We addressed it. Let's go.
Yes. Some more book stuff. It's all about the text wish. So they need to, like, do this quest to make their lives better. So all they need to do is help each other out to make their lives better. And Jack's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go try and get my phone extended tomorrow so that we have more time. And Ellie, you go to Porter and get him to delete the video. And Ellie's like, what? But he wants my body. If I go as Jack, like, he's probably going to freak out. And Jack's like, well, if he freaks out, just run. My body's way faster than his. Which maybe he does work out every day.
Yeah, the small people are typically faster within there.
Yeah. So then Ellie's like, I never thought I would go on my first date with hairy legs, right as Coach is in the doorway. And Coach comes in, he's like, why aren't you doing your pre-bed core? And Ellie's like, more exercise? I'll just finish this phone call real quick. And Coach takes the phone. He's like, nope, no distractions. You'll get this back after tryouts on Sunday.
Kind of unhinged, but
It is
also
unhinged.
like I almost understand because like from his perspective, that's way less significant than what the actual story beat is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then 5 a.m. the next day, Ellie's woken up by an alarm, and the bros come in with Coach. Time to start their day. Saturday. It's Saturday now. They jog in the park and they do a ton of workouts. It's like actually hardcore training. It's like, you know, Jonathan from Survivor, how his dad made them run up a mountain every day. It's kind of
It's
like
kind of
that.
that, yeah.
It's kind of like maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Um, and meanwhile, he's like, I wonder how Jack's doing. And cut to like Jack and Ellie's body like finally getting to sleep in on a weekend. Um, so then Ellie's like falling behind a little bit as Jack, but the bros come back and wait. They're like, I'm not going without you. Come on, you can do this. What did mom always say? A bro is the best friend you'll ever have. So let's do this.
Side note on the brothers, because we haven't really said it here, but it's a very clear and obvious thing throughout here. The brothers are an extremely rare character within a DCOM of just like genuinely supportive and helpful
Yeah.
and realistically filled with love the whole way through.
They love their brother so much.
They're still dynamic characters without having really character arcs within here.
Mm. Like they'll pin him down and fart on him, but overall they are very, very supportive and loving. Like it's really great to see actually. Which is why like this is my favorite dynamic of the whole movie is their whole family.
Yeah.
And healing together. Because really the only problem right now is Code and how hard he is on them. So Ellie keeps going with their words of encouragement, and she's also like, "Well, this testosterone is crazy. Like I just keep going." And after they make it to the top of the hill, Coach says, "Good warm up, everyone." And Ellie's like, "Fuck, that was a warm up? Dang." So then Jack finally wakes up and heads downstairs, and there's a knock on the door. It's Sassy. Sassy's like, don't tell me you're hanging out with Jack to backstab me. Aspen has her theories, but I say you were just trying to wing woman me, right? Not trying to swoop down on my first boy kill like a lady vulture.
Yeah, people talk like this.
She's like, I'm a vulture and I want my first boy kill. Don't ruin this for me. And then Sassy sees that Ellie is wearing footy pajamas and is like, what was I thinking? Aspen must have been wrong. Phew, just look at you. You're hopeless. And then he goes, well, next time people are eavesdropping, please try to be more clear. Oh, and one last thing. I'm so totes saying this for your own good, but at the party tonight, try to be not so Ellie. Okay?
Which is such a crazy thing to
And then
say.
she leaves, and Jack's like, well, that one I can promise.
And just imagine showing up to someone's door, ranting about them, being like, wait a second, you're not a threat. Okay, when I see you later, don't be yourself.
Like, who she thinks is Ellie, never said a word.
Nope.
Not just like, you're not trying to backstab
She's
me,
just
are
standing
you?
there in her pajamas.
She insults her. She's like, you're not trying to backstab me, are you? Oh, look at you. You're pathetic. By the way, tonight, don't be yourself. Bye. It's so mean and unhinged. So then Jack goes in and sees mom doing yoga, and she's like, you ready for banana bread? And he goes, you make it too? 2 loaves of banana bread and a hug makes a love sandwich. Which is clearly something his mom used to say. Because he's like, oh, I know that smell. Like, my mom used to make banana bread. And mom's like, oh, what do you keep saying? Red's in the kitchen, but
The
here's
mom,
the hug.
I'm gonna say this: the mom, the whole movie, when Jack's like going through shit, Jack is hiding it a lot worse in Ellie's
Oh
body,
yeah.
and the mom just always just kind of waves it off, even near the end when like he'll be specifically like, "I need a mom, I want a mom, my mom's dead."
It's basically he spells it out more. But the mom, I think, is just she is helicopter parent. She's so worried about Ellie that she's just like, "We'll do anything to make you feel good about like your dad being out of the picture now."
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, so here's a hug. And it's so cute, like seeing Jack like have a mom for a little bit again.
yeah,
And
it's
Jack's
something you can tell he clearly missed.
oh yeah. Jack's like, I gotta go do stuff. And the mom's like, I know you're counting on dad coming to the meet, but I don't want you to be disappointed if they don't come. Also, surprise, it's a mom daughter spa day today. Woohoo. So then Ellie leaves Jack's bros for a donut. And they're like, are you sure you're supposed to be working out? And he's like, one donut won't kill me. If anything, you'll be good for me. And they're like, what the heck? And she's like, it'll be fine. And then
Yeah,
she
he's
goes to
like,
leave.
this is more important for making the team than
Actually,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And she goes to leave and she completely misses the front door and goes for a closet door. And they're like, whoa, what are you doing in mom's closet? And Ellie's like, oh, I totally knew that this was the closet and not the front door, which is right there.
I was
Um,
like, I just want to make sure everything was still there.
yeah, so they all then look into the closet that has a bunch of the mom's stuff. And Ellie picks up two jerseys, and one says Gunner's mom, and one says Striker's mom. It's really sweet. And they say, as soon as you made varsity, she had a shirt made for you too, bro. And they all just kind of comfort each other, and it's really sweet. And yeah, those boys are twins. So when did she wear the jersey? Did she just switch which jersey?
We were trying to figure this out. I don't know. Just switch every period.
She could have had like both their names on one jersey, maybe.
Would have
Maybe it
made
wouldn't
sense,
fit
but
Gunner and Striker's mom.
we're just Malloy mom.
Malloy mom. That'd be
Mom
cute.
Loy.
Mom Loy.
We're,
Yeah.
we're too good for this.
So then Jack and Mom make it to the spa, and they're gonna be queen for a day. That's the package they're taking. And Ellie, we also cut to Ellie waiting for Porter at the donut place, and Owen texts who he thinks is Jack, um, hoping he can make it to game night tonight. And then Porter shows up.
Side note, very briefly. Maybe this is me and my board game set up within here. I've never heard video games called game
Game night.
night.
No, I literally thought it was gonna be board games too.
Yeah, it, game night to me is a board game thing. If you were to play video games, you'd be like playing some video
You
games
want to come
or
play video
gaming.
games? Gaming night?
Yeah,
Or you want to come over for gaming? Yeah, it's always gaming. Game night always infers board
game night
games,
always informs board games to me, but it specifically said it as game night.
which is just a video game,
Yeah,
apparently.
which they also are like playing darts, I guess, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were gonna play board games and change their mind because that's happened before.
that's true.
So then Porter shows up for the date and sees that it's Jack's body. It's Ellie and Jack's body. He goes, Malloy? I made a date with Tracksuit, not you.
It's so much better him calling uh
Ellie.
Ellie tracksuit than Zap Boy keeps saying cell phone,
Smartphone.
smartphone.
Hey, smartphone. Yeah, because at least Ellie was wearing a tracksuit. Like in Zapped, he just inferred that she used her
And
phone
it's not
all
the
the
only
time.
thing he calls her.
Yeah. Well, it also like Porter doesn't know her name.
No.
This is so funny. And Ellie just goes, "Can't we just talk things out, man to me, not man to man to be, because she's not a man technically." Um, and Ellie's like, we just talk about our feelings. Plus, you've come all this way on your scooter. You might as well get your donuts. And Porter goes, all right, but I'm not giving you my freebie.
He loves his donuts.
Yeah. Also, I didn't mention it back then. I mean, I mentioned it was funny about how he asked her on a date with the donut thing, but like his whole thing was like, I'm already getting a dozen donuts and a bonus one. You can have the bonus one, but I'm gonna
I
keep
have
the
the
rest.
other 12.
I have the other 12. It's so funny. All right, so then back at spa time, we get a montage, and it ends with Jack getting a leg waxed, and he screams a lot. Like the scream goes longer than you think, and that's what makes it funny. Just
Mhm.
like a
Yeah.
continued
I
scream.
mean, the amount of times it's not a uncommon joke. Just like guy gets leg waxed and it hurts.
Yeah, it's probably not even as bad because it's Ellie's leg. There's
Yeah.
probably not a lot of hair there. Anyway. Um, okay, so then back to Ellie and Porter. Porter is frustrated that Jack's brothers, like, they were on varsity and now Jack is going to take his spot. It's just like the Hatfields and the McCoys, except I'm not a Hatfield and it's Malloy, not McCoy. Otherwise, it's exactly the same.
It's incredible. What a like incredibly strained metaphor to be making there.
It's so funny. And we paused it. You thought he was going to say, except I'm not a Hatfield or a McCoy. But no,
No, it's better.
it's not McCoy, it's Malloy. And Ellie's like, "Do you even like hockey? Like, do you really love to play or do you just want to say you made the team?" And Porter's like, "What's the difference?" And
I'm
Ellie,
like, there's a big
there's a big difference. Ellie's like, "Well, you could show the video to coach and maybe get a spot, but how is that going to change your life? You need to figure out what makes you happy." And Porter goes, "But hockey's the only thing I'm good at." And Ellie goes, "Well, you haven't gotten on the team in 4 years."
You sure you're good at?
And he goes, "Oh, right. Well, that stinks. Guess I'm not good at anything then. My whole life is a lie. Who even am I?" And then Porter makes a little catapult for a donut piece and he flings it. And Ellie's like, "It's a neat little contraption. Let's go somewhere." And then Ellie shows Porter to the STEM club, which they're all just making different gadgets and stuff. STEM club is basically just like an engineer club. But they call it STEM club, so maybe they do math
STEM
too.
club's not an uncommon
Sure.
thing. I've heard of STEM clubs
All
before.
just all I see are inventions though.
Yeah, I mean, the engineering is usually the heavier part because people do math in math class,
Yeah.
science in their science class. So it's
Mhm.
technical technology and engineering mostly.
Yeah. Porter's like, "All right, I'll give it a try." So at STEM club, Ellie then sees Mac, who we have not met before.
She's on the team.
The gymnastics
I'm like 90% sure.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember seeing her
But she
there.
hasn't like said a line.
But Ellie goes like, "We haven't talked in so long." Or maybe she isn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot you're good at this stuff." But she's at Jack right now, so Mac's like, "You know me?" And Ellie goes, "Oh right, I'm Jack." Yeah. And then we're back at the spa. Jack sneaks out to go to the phone store.
So in the middle of algae mask.
Yes. And they try to extend the contract on the phone. And the dude's like, "Sorry, your dad canceled the plan, not your mom."
This is a good twist of the knife.
It
Plot
was.
twist I really like in here
Yeah.
for like the setup that they're doing within here. Because Jack now knows something that's like extremely heartbreaking
Yeah.
for Ellie and has to cope with that.
And you think like, "Oh man, why would the mom do that? That's so bogus. Maybe they could just ask her not to." And it's like, no, it was the dad.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. Um, so Jack calls Ellie. Well, I think actually Ellie borrowed Mac's phone, so probably made the phone call. Um, and so they talk on the phone, and he's like, "I'm sorry, it can't be extended." Ellie's like, "Oh, why did my mom cancel?" And Jack's just like, "I'll explain later." Like he doesn't want to break the news right now. And then Jack says, "You gotta give me something else to make your life better. Other than getting waxed, man. Can't believe I thought you had it easier."
Yeah. Pause this for a second because no, this is dumb to me for the simple fact of
You don't have to get waxed as a woman. How about that?
first off, yes, so true. Second of all, like I could totally believe this on terms of the social politicking aspect of stuff, but that's like not the point he's trying to make. He's talking about the waxing, and
Mhm.
like I feel like pretty objectively, the workout at 5 a.m. was much harder than getting your legs waxed
Oh
at a
my
day
god.
meant to be relaxing.
Yeah, at a spa. Everything else was super nice
So
about it.
like, yeah, I feel like that's silly within here. It said
Yeah.
none needed a line.
Yeah. Ellie's like, yeah, I told you. And she goes, I need you to fix things with Sassy at the party. Just like be cool like you usually are. You're Jack Malloy. Fix things. So that she doesn't think I'm a buzzkill. And Jack's like, is that what she thinks? Why would you even want to be friends with her? And Ellie's like, hey, you don't get to judge, okay? A girl needs her best friend. And then Jack sees someone and hangs up. So then Ellie gives Mac her phone back and says, thanks. I liked hanging out with you today. Don't know why we didn't do this before. And then she hugs Mac, which is kind of weird because this is Jack's body.
Yeah.
And Mac is like, I don't even know you, but he kind of likes it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Porter's having a great time, which is great for him.
Mhm.
So then Jack sees Aspen at the spa getting her hair done. So Aspen just talks shit about Ellie to the hairstylist. She, any chance she gets, talks shit about Ellie. What's up with
It's crazy that's the only name that ever comes out of her mouth.
Yeah, she's like, I hate Ellie.
Again, it's the early stages of when they're seniors, it's going to be a different DCOM.
Oh, yeah. So then the stylist puts a mask over Aspen's eyes. No, this does not happen at a hair salon. I guess it's supposed to be relaxing, but really it's for the plot. So Jack comes in and pretends to be the stylist while
The French accent goes like, "Oh, oui,
bonjour," and dumps a bunch of shit on Aspen's head, which is like hair dye.
We're also
Apparently,
getting some information about what's going on with
yeah.
Ellie.
Which, like, why was this hair dye just laying around? That's what I want to know. And then Jack runs back to Mom and asks for a makeover for the party tonight. And Mom's so excited, like, oh my gosh, yes, you want a makeover. And then we hear Aspen screaming from the other room. And Jack's like, maybe it's another leg wax. So then Ellie gets home and the brothers are flipping some tires, as you do when you work out all the time. And they go, there you are, bromegranate juice.
I love that one. It's such like a small thing. Like that's the exact shit I would work on. Hey, pomegranate juice.
And then the bros mention Jack like gets stressed all the time, and they're like, "Don't even think that coach will let you go to Owen's game night." And Ellie's like, "I'm gonna try to go to Owen's game night. I need to relax." And then Porter rolls up, but Ellie's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this," because the brothers were totally gonna defend him,
Yeah,
right?
he's
But
gonna go
"No,
beat
it's
him
all right.
up.
Yeah, but it's all right." And then Porter gets off his scooter and like bear hugs Ellie. It's really cute. He goes, you were right. I found the answer to my heart's question. I'm an engineer, not like the train, like designing stuff. And now his scooter runs on soda.
And I'm like, that doesn't make sense, but good for you, King.
Good for you, King.
Yeah. I mean, I liked your little slingshot you made out of apparently spare crap at the donut shop a little more, but that's just me.
Yeah. He goes, I owe you big time. Call me for whatever. And then he grabs his phone with the video and he deletes it. He goes, it's gone.
This is very much like video game side quests.
Oh, yeah. The way he shows him deleting it.
Shows him deleting it and being like, if you need anything, call me.
Call me. It's gone. Just like my confusion over my life choices. You did that for me, Malloy. You did.
That's a great line. Again, all of Porter's lines are written in the exact way where they would be even just as funny, at any level of serious of the movie, because he's saying it somewhat earnestly, but they're also such like dry lines often of saying something while still having a joke within them.
Yeah.
It's a very I'm happy the character works because it could not
Yes.
work and it would be like cringy lines,
Yeah.
but instead it's very funny.
And now he's literally gonna do anything for Jack. I love a reformed bully. All it takes is one earnest conversation, and all of a sudden they'll do anything for you.
That's how they'll know what it's like to have a mother. So mother, because Jack's mom is
Yep,
dead.
I got it. And the bros are like, did Porter just hug you, bro? Does bro hug you? Things are getting better for you, huh? And Ellie's like, yes, it is. So then Ellie takes the mom stuff out of the closet, like the mom closet, takes it out, puts it in Jack's room a little bit, gives a little makeover. Also, at the same time, Jack is giving Ellie's body a makeover. with like hair and clothes.
Which, to be fair, is something that Ellie kind of requested.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's totally fine. And honestly, there's not a big change, just like makeup and clothes.
Yeah.
Apparently, a haircut or something. It doesn't look any different to me. Whatever. Um, Ellie tries to show Coach an article about downtime upping your game, but it doesn't work. So she sneak grabs the pink phone in the drawer and texts Porter like, "I need a jailbreak." So then Jack shows up to the Paris party looking all cute, and it is indeed Paris themed. But before we go back to that, we gotta get the jailbreak. So Porter helps Ellie break out with his new
Yeah, he
inventions.
launches plunger and makes a zip line,
Yeah,
and it works.
it works.
Don't question it. It's awesome.
Yeah, he says, "Least I can do for the dude who helped me align me with my infinite self. Now go shoot up some zombies with your friends." You know, I got some friends too. Like this one friend at the grocery store. He works there, but he's cool with it. So yeah, I'm busy with that.
And he's like tearing up, like.
Yeah, and Ellie's like, "Fine, you can come." So they go to the game party.
And this is just another little side joke. Another one of these gender norms things that I like this joke with it.
Oh yeah, Ellie's like, "All right, this is gonna be so complicated introducing a new friend. Like the whole dynamics are gonna be off, but we'll get through it. So let me try." And then the friends go, "Oh hey, oh is Porter with you?
All right, cool. You want some pizza?
Cool, you want to play a game?"
That's it.
It just works, yeah. Whereas like guy friends are way less complicated than
In that way,
girlfriends
yes.
in that way. So then back at the Paris party, Mac says, "Hey Ellie, you look cute." So okay, Mac now is all of a sudden like gonna actively try and be friends with Ellie, even though they haven't talked in a while. I'm
Yeah.
assuming
The vibe just she got with Jack was probably like, I liked Ellie.
just reminded me of Ellie today. I wish they said that. It's like,
I feel like, again, this movie already says, speaks out enough. I'm fine making
but it would have
inferences.
been as like a gag,
Yeah.
you know. But whatever. Um, so Sass and Aspen come over, and Jack is still just like, "I can't talk in front of girls." And Aspen's like, "See, no way she de-ponytailed for us. It was for him."
Aspen's like, what? How are you going to win with Aspen? If she came in her footy pajamas, you would have been like, see, she doesn't care about you.
Yeah. But then Sass is like, "Deny it if it's not true. You know how much he means to me for like the past 2 days." And Mac takes Aspen aside. It's like, "Well, we should let them talk, I guess." And Sassy's like, "Are you gonna admit it?" And Jack says, "I don't even get it. Can we just be cool?
Can we, like, just be cool?
Can we just be chill?"
Like, bro, what's going on?
And Sass is like, "What? You want things to go back to normal? Hanging out, like watching movies and whatever, like just really normal examples." And Jack's like, "Yes, that sounds great." And Sass goes, "I'm not into that stuff anymore. I'm a sophomore now.
Sophomore now.
I'm a sophomore now." I'm like almost 16. Aspen was right. You're not bestie anymore. And then she leaves and Jack is like, "Dang." But then Mac asks Ellie, who's Jack, to dance. So they go and dance. And Jack does some punchy dance moves and everyone copies it and they like it. Meanwhile, the bros play some video games. And Owen is amazed that Jack is eating carbs. And it's like, whoa, it's like a new you. And Ellie's like, "Yeah, discipline is great, but sometimes you just gotta let loose." So back at the Paris party, there's a perfume bar, which is so over the top. And
That's what France is like.
that's what
Man,
friends
Claire's
say.
throwing a banger party.
Claire
Can we
is.
mention that this is Claire's
This
party?
is Claire's party. We meet
Do you know who
Claire.
Claire is? No.
No. There's a girl at the party who talks a little bit later, and we're like, "Is that Claire?" And later we found out, yes, that was Claire.
But, like, it's so wild that this everyone's like, oh, it's Claire's party. But, like,
Who's
Claire's
Claire?
not here. This could so easily be Aspen's party.
It could have been. But then Aspen ruins the party, so why
Yeah.
would she ruin her own party? Anyway, Max says, "I saw you had some trouble with Aspen back there. You know, she started a rumor that you're trying to steal Jack Malloy away from Sassy." And Jack's like, "Seriously?" well, guess what? He's not hers to steal. And Mac's like, good. Oh, I mean, I didn't think so. So Mac is thinking, like, I have a crush on him now. And Jack realizes that maybe things are better without Sassy after all. There's more than one bestie in the sea.
Yeah.
At the game party, Ellie asks Owen more about Jack. Of like, so I
So
don't usually eat carbs. What else? What's up?
and it was like, what else do I struggle with? I'm a popular guy. And we're like, well, there's the one thing. And he goes, yeah, the
Yeah.
one thing.
Hey, no, actually tell me what it is. And they're like, you have a bad game,
Got
like
no game, dude.
with the ladies. And Ellie's like, well, what can I do to beat it? And Owen's like, the only people around you are guys, like all the time. Maybe you need a girl who's a friend before you have a girlfriend. Which that is actually great advice.
Mhm.
For all the men out there, if you're having trouble, don't go seeking a relationship maybe and just seek friendship and then let relationship stuff
Which, to be
come
fair,
up.
finding friendship in this day and age can be hard in itself.
True. But try just like being friends with a girl and you can understand girls a lot better. And don't have an ulterior motive with it.
Damn, Kelsey. Are your initials Y and Y? You are too wise. Too wise, my fiance. Blowing my mind.
That is a quote from Porter. Too wise. Too wise. It's
So
so
good.
good. I love Porter. Back at the Paris party, Aspen and Sassy are like, I'm bored. Let's go over to the picture booth where everyone's taking pictures and mess with the pictures so that their heads are bigger.
Yeah, let's turn them into little bobbleheads.
It says, like, this party blows or something. And one girl who we learn later is Claire. Claire, this is her party. She's
Notably,
like,
like, these pictures are on every TV in the house.
yes, this party's crazy.
This
But
party is crazy.
Claire's rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Claire goes, stop, you're ruining everything. Because, like, nobody's laughing. It's clearly bullying. Even though it's very, very mild bullying, in my opinion, it's still bullying. And she's like, you're ruining everything. And Jack's like, what are you doing? You're being totally uncool. And Aspen's like, you would know uncool. It's your specialty. And Sassy laughs.
And Jack is like, okay, that's it. Yeah. Like, why are you fucking laughing at me?
Yeah, you know what? You know who wouldn't find it funny? Jack Malloy. That's right. We're tight. So tight, I know his thoughts tight. That's Jack. And Aspen's like, it's one thing for you to go after him, but you're saying he's into you too? I gotta see this. Text, texting all the boys. So then at the game party, Porter is like rating girls 1 to 10, and Ellie's like, that's not cool. Like, don't
Do
don't
that.
do that, but they keep doing it anyway. And Owen mentions Ellie, and Porter's like, oh yeah, now we're talking tracksuit. And Owen's like, she's real. And she's so hot. And Ellie's just like spits out her
Does a
drink.
full spit take.
Like, damn. And then Aspen texts all the boys to meet at the river.
So these two joint parties are about to combine into a singular sleigh.
Yes. They go to the bridge.
The bridge.
And Jack is like, kiss me. And Ellie's like, what? And then it's like, oh, let's go walk on the bridge by ourselves. But everyone's still watching them, but they can't hear them anymore. And Jack explains that he made everyone think that they like each other, at least that, like, Ellie quotes likes Jack. And Ellie's like, no, what? What are you doing? I want Sassy back as my friend. This is so breaking girl code. And Jack's like, is that like bro code? But bros have your back. And she's stabbing you in the back. And Ellie's like, oh, you're such a guy. And Jack's like, if we don't lock lips, everyone will think that you're a liar. And Ellie's like, well, if we do, then I'm a traitor. So nice work. You had one job. And they fight. And then Jack storms
And
off.
I'm just like, this is where they're not taking this seriously enough
Yeah.
about like their whole situations and figuring out the rest of the movie. They're so like empathetic to each other's predicaments.
Just their one fight.
And this is like, it feels weird because it doesn't feel in character based on how the rest of the movie is acting.
I mean,
They can have
no,
frustrations.
to me, it makes sense, like, what they did to get here of, like, Jack being like, this isn't
Oh,
worth
I
it.
think the character motivation is up to here. I just don't get how they don't understand each other's perspective more.
Because they're hurt.
I
Or at least Ellie's hurt, you know? Because Ellie's like, I just want my friend back and you're not helping me. Um, so Aspen talks more shit. So Jack, as Ellie, goes, all right, that's it. Let's fight. Like,
and
what's
like
the
puts her fists up like we're going.
And Porter's like, my money's on you, tracksuit. And he goes, thanks, Porty. And Sassy's like, whoa, Ellie, don't be such a guy. We can be friends just like you wanted before, okay? Just don't fight. And Jack's like, you know nothing about friendship, Sassy. All it took was for someone shinier to come to town, and you dropped me.
It's like Ellie, but caught himself to me.
L, I mean me. Yeah, like garbage, thank you. I guess I should thank you, I guess I should thank Aspen. It's because of her you showed your true colors. And speaking of true colors, and rips Aspen's hat off to reveal her crazy colored hair.
Canonically, I feel like Aspen would be like, how did she know? How did she figure it out?
Yeah, no, good point.
My hat was so
Also,
covered.
this is mean.
Yeah, this is mean. It is.
But whatever. Mag asks Ellie if she's okay, but then Coach shows up to get Jack. And Ellie in Jack's body starts to cry. And Jack's like, oh, don't you dare cry. But she can't help it. And Coach goes, whoa, boys don't cry. And Ellie's like, it's just allergies. It's just really awkward. Like, Coach, what the fuck? It doesn't know what to do. It's like, boys don't cry. That's lame. And they do address that later. So that's good.
Yeah.
Back at home, Coach tells who he thinks is Jack they need to redeem himself tomorrow. But Ellie just crawls in the bed, and Coach sees all the stuff from the closet, all the mom stuff, is like, oh, you took it out. Well, that's all. Good night.
Yeah, I feel like it's so close to being a moment. They're saving the moment for the very end with it,
Yeah.
but I feel like they could have. I feel like he could have cut a little bit within here, have like a bit more of a cutout moment, but that's like different people, different character writing within there. I don't think it's a bad character writing choice to do what they did.
Yeah. So Jack gets home and blows off mom and goes to the room and sees a picture of Ellie, her dad, and Sassy.
And it's like, why you care about Sassy so much?
Yeah. So then back at Jack's, the bros leave a piece of paper for Jack, like next to him on the bed, and leave the room. And Ellie looks at the note, and it keeps cutting back between these two. So then Jack looks at all the photos and sees that dad used to coach Ellie and Sassy basically. So she's like, oh, like you don't want to
You
lose
already
both
lost
of them.
one.
Yeah,
Don't lose both.
you don't want to lose Sassy too. And then Ellie looks at Jack's note, and it's a list of Jack's goals that he wrote. So 1, make varsity. 2, play for Boston College. 3, get drafted by the NHL. And then 4, written in different handwriting, says, thank my mom when I win the Stanley Cup. Signed, Jack Malloy, and then under witnessed by Linda Malloy.
And like again, this is an incredible prop storytelling
Oh, yeah.
moment within here. It's just like, oh,
It's heartbreaking, you know? And the two text each other like, I'm sorry, I still want to help you. But and then Jack has a plan. The two meet Owen at the sports arena. They call in Owen for help and they tell him everything.
yeah. They tell him everything, and he believes it because there's not enough time in this plot to
Yeah.
have a whole moment of like, I don't believe you.
And I'm sure they did a tell me something only Jack would know or
But
something.
like, he doesn't know Ellie enough for that. But I guess if you know it one direction, it would be enough.
Yeah. But whatever, he's convinced. And so they're going to teach each other how to do the sports that they need to do. So we get the ribbon and the hockey montage, and they get better at each other's sports.
Yeah, they start bad and they get bad. It's just standard
Yeah.
issue montage.
So we get to Sunday.
Yeah, notably, neither of them sleep.
Yeah, they stay up the whole night, and they do show them being tired a little bit, but not enough to hinder anything. Because when else would they have learned to do this?
There's not time in the world.
Yeah. So the two are tired, but they're ready to go Sunday morning. Start gymnastics. Owen's with Jack and Ellie's body. Ellie's dad didn't show up. Poor Ellie. And Owen's like, if you want to go sneak over to the rink for your mom's ceremony. And Jack's like, no, it's okay. And Owen's like, are you sure? There's time. And Jack says, I don't want to. I'm sorry. I need you to focus. So he's pushing aside his grief.
And then we get to see the dedication within
Yes.
there.
Dedication of the seat is being dedicated to Linda Malloy, and the older brothers are saying really nice things about their mom, and they put flowers on the seat, and it's really sweet.
To let myself be a little bit vulnerable within here.
Mm.
I've shared it before within this podcast. My dad died when I was young, entering middle school within there. And he was also heavily within the sports system within our specifically baseball. Within my elementary school, my brother was in middle school, getting into high school within that time. And like after he died, he dedicated some stuff. It was first like a trophy ceremony, like tournament for a youth baseball thing that was in his name. And we were always asked like to come help present, give that away.
Mm.
And I was always just like, I don't want to do that.
Aw.
I just don't want to be like talking to these kids that I don't really know, trying to like have all of this memories and stuff within there. Not because necessarily the memories are bad or anything with that. It's just like it's always a complicated, lofty, big thing within there. Eventually, it turned into they did a dedication on a scoreboard
Okay.
for everything within there, and yeah, I just remember thinking about all that, and it really reminds me within here. It's like there's always a lot of complicated emotions around remembrance, especially when it's raw within there. They're at a year on
Yeah,
anniversary
it's
within it all.
literally only been a year.
And yeah, grief is non-linear. Grief is also like an awkward thing within you don't know everything, how to move yourself forward, how to get your body to go towards the actions that you want and figure out the way everything is going. So
Mhm.
I found it pretty nice that it's like not want there's a lot of stuff around how you're supposed to act within grief. Again, everyone acts within a different way, and I'm happy they show that off within here.
Yeah.
Even if like some stuff is healthier than others, people have their own paths.
So then back at gymnastics, coach gives a pep talk, and she goes, "We're gonna kick some birdie and beat those badminton guys."
Get it, Birdie?
Yeah,
Like
badminton.
like Batman. You gotta laugh.
So Jack does Ellie's routine actually pretty well.
Is this where he like throws the ribbon back at himself, or is that later on?
No, it's somewhere in here.
Okay.
They like do the montage. I don't know. And the coaches like talk shit at each other some more. Like they're eyeing each other down. The badminton coach who like has a racket on him, so that you know
Yeah.
who it is. And at hockey, Owen pep talks Ellie, and the game starts, and Ellie is doing pretty well. And okay, yeah, so Ellie doesn't like throw the stick in the air
Yeah,
during
it's
hockey.
Ellie's about to get checked, and instead like jumps over the player and throws up her stick,
Yeah,
and then she's gonna catch it and shoot, which is insane play for hockey.
it was
Versus
awesome.
the rhythmic gymnastics is kind of just doing your routine.
It's literally just doing rhythm gymnastics, which is one point where Jack almost drops it but then catches it. I wonder if they were trying to make that seem like it was his hockey instincts.
That's yeah. That's because it's much easier to say, oh, you're adding a little bit of rhythmic gymnastics flair hockey
Yeah,
versus how do you add hockey flair to rhythmic gymnastics?
no idea.
You make like a hockey shot motion.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, we get a slow motion montage thing, and both sports go well. Jack made varsity, and badminton is defeated at rhythm gymnastics. So then the two meet in the hall, and they give the good news about their sports, and they go, "All right, moment of truth. It's 11:15, only 45 minutes left." They text, "I wish I had my life back," but it doesn't work, and their phones go like,
It's like a failure message, which to me would be such like a oh, so this is what we're supposed to be doing.
"Oh yeah, like this is good confirmation that it'll work."
So
With
then
the
they
text.
try trading phones. I don't know if we even mentioned at the beginning that they've been like had their phones traded
Well,
the
because
whole
they're in each other's bodies, so
yeah.
it makes sense that they would do that. But yeah, it doesn't work. Ellie's like, "Well, let's go to my mom and get her to extend the contract." And Jack's like, "No, Ellie, it wasn't her that canceled it. It was your dad. He wanted a new family plan." Oh,
Letting her down hard.
hard. And then it's like, dang. And then Coach like pulls Ellie away because that's Jack now. And it's like they're both like, "I'm
Go when
sorry."
I say we go.
Yeah, and they're both like, "I'm sorry."
And they're both like, well, I'm stuck in this body forever.
Forever.
Shit.
So then Coach and Ellie pull up to the house, and Coach is like, "You happy with how you played today?" And she goes, "I made varsity, right?" And he goes, barely. You only made it because everyone else played worse. And Ellie goes, wow. Do you know how that makes me feel to hear that? And coach was like, that's it. If you can't be a man, like you gotta be tough, you gotta be a man. Don't open yourself up to weakness. Your emotions can step in and knock you to the ground. And then he heads inside, and Ellie's like, enough is enough. So then we cut to Jack first. Jack is on a walk with mom, and mom brings up that like dad wasn't there, so I know that must have been hard.
Yeah, it's like, I know how you're feeling. And Jack's like, I really don't think you
I don't
do.
think you do. Jack's like, I'm fine. And mom says, no, you're not. You've held this in forever. You can talk about it. And Jack's like, she always wanted to talk. I miss her. I miss my mom. I miss her so much. And Ellie's mom is like, I'm right here. You don't have to miss me. I'll always be with you, even when I'm not right beside you. And it's so sweet because that's what Jack needed to hear. He needed to let it out and be like, I do miss her.
Yeah.
You know, instead of holding it in, which is what his dad is always telling him to do.
Yeah. No, again, it's a common flaw within here, and we're about to get to the scene where it like really is driving this home within here, but people often are trying to shy away from the emotion of sadness. That's
Mhm.
like a human defense mechanism of trying to put up your walls, set yourself barriers, don't let yourself like show a sign of emotion.
Yeah.
Don't people view that as a weakness at points? And no, it's like the movie is very strong on what 99% of child psychologists would suggest, which is let yourself experience emotions,
Yeah.
understand, and like trust your body within everything within your trying to hide everything you're feeling is not healthy.
Yeah. So now it's time for Ellie as Jack to stand up to Coach, and the brothers are in there too. And she goes, what's wrong with you? Do you even love me at all? This isn't how you treat the people you love. And the coach goes, this conversation's over. And she goes, no, you don't get to walk away anymore. You hurt me, so you have to stay there and deal. I counted on my dad for everything, to be there for me. Now I'm moving on with or without a dad who loves me. And boys can too cry. And they should every once in a while. And then Ellie leaves.
Especially this one, but on both of them, it's impressive writing to be able to have an emotional monologue that works in two separate situations at the
I
same
mean,
time.
Jack saying I miss my mom didn't really work.
It did not.
But what the mom said brought it back
Yes.
to yeah. Like this one made a little more like they're both saying what they actually individually need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so back to Jack and mom hugging. She goes, how do you feel now? And Jack's like, better. Whoa, I feel better. I gotta go.
I don't know if we've driven the point home of like they figured out, or at least are under the belief that the thing that they're trying to fix is not anything other than they need to make their own individual lives better.
Better. Yeah.
And
Because they're
that's
like,
what will fix the curse.
they're like, I wish my life was better.
Yeah.
I want a different life. Yeah. So then the bros run outside to grab Jack, you know, who they think is Jack. It's actually Ellie. And they go, how do you feel? And Ellie's like, better. I just needed to say that. Whoa, I feel better. Like they both have this, oh my gosh, I feel better, like realization moment.
And guess what? There's 5 minutes on the clock.
There's 5 minutes left. Ellie texted like, hey, I feel better. What about you? And they're like, yeah, we did it. We did it. We have to meet up. I don't know why they have to meet up.
I feel like they could just text and it will probably work.
Maybe
But
they have to be right next to each other. So Ellie gets a ride from Porter to the river because Porter will do anything for Jack.
what's crazy to me is calling Porter and waiting for him to show up to drive you is faster than running.
They have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Porter got there within 1 minute and then drove. I mean, maybe the park is close.
I don't know, but even then, if the park's close, it doesn't make sense to try and get Porter. I think.
Why they couldn't give them like 10 minutes out there, 20 minutes. Like, because they had 45 minutes at the school.
Yeah, they could have given more time after
They
that.
could have. They could have said, like,
An hour
now we have
or-
half an hour,
yeah.
20 minutes. Like, I don't know. But whatever. They have 1 minute left. I get they wanted to make that happen, but like, leave some time for Ellie as Jack to get to the park. I don't know.
Yeah.
1 minute left. They meet on the bridge and they text, I wish I had my lives back. Everything is so much better. And it works. They switch back and then they hug. And it's cute. They're in their own bodies now. They meet back up with Porter and Ellie runs off. And Jack's like, "Can you give me a ride home?" And Porter's like, "Yeah." Can you just like not grip on so tight? Like so now it's weird for bro to do that. And then, oh, by the way, I wanted Ellie and Porter to be together because they like had a connection where Ellie is in Jack's body, and then they had this connection. But now Ellie's in a real body, and Porter likes Ellie
Yeah.
in her own body. So I thought they would have a thing, but they're actually making like Owen and Ellie a thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's not nothing there, but it's also like, yeah, kind of weird. But also,
Kind of
Porter
nothing there.
is like 4 years, 3 years older than the rest in a high school age setup.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not that important.
No, it's not. Ellie goes and hugs her mom, and she says, "I really do feel better now." And mom says, "I'm glad." And they get in the car, and she's like, "Mom, from now on, I don't have to be watched so closely, okay? I'll be all right."
Yeah, this works with helicopter parents. You just tell them, you don't need to watch me as much, and they'll be like, mm-hmm.
Well, mom says, "I know you will." Like, I think she's starting to feel better about it now because Ellie had a emotional breakthrough a little bit. I think they'll work for making it better. So now, here's the big climax. The big climax that I'm like, damn, this movie has stayed with me, you know? Jack makes it back home. Rose asks if he's okay, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just so happy to be home." And then Coach comes in, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Coach, I wasn't me earlier." And he goes, "No, call me Dad. Ever since your mom passed, I thought being tough was best. And if I was soft, it would open up pain from the past. But if that made any of you think that even for a moment that I don't love you, well, then I've done this all wrong. I love all you boys more than you'll ever know." And they all shrug. And Dad says, "You're right. Boys can fly." And they all group hug.
And this is the perfect type of redemption arc, really.
It's like the one,
Because it's very realistic.
yeah, no, it's like the one parent redemption that I actually forgive.
Because it also, like, all of the situations you can understand, it's a very human thing, the emotional reflexes that were going on.
He's grieving his wife
Yeah.
and having to raise his sons on his own now. And I don't know, like, I just really like seeing them all navigate this together and now start to heal
Start to
together.
be fragile with each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's a good breakthrough. And yeah, what he was doing earlier was bad, but he admits it was bad. And he's just struggling and doing things wrong, but he's going to work to be better. And that's all he can really do. We've had a lot worse DCOM parents, in my opinion.
No shit.
So, new day at school. Group chat stuff happens in the halls where they're like, "Oh, we hate Aspen now." Owen's like, "I'm so gonna ask out Ellie." Bleh. And then Ellie and Mac talk, and Ellie confirms, like, "Oh yeah, I only see Jack as a brother, but
You can go out.
maybe you guys could date," kind of vibe. And then Ellie runs an Aspen and Sassy, and Aspen's like, "You're still so lame." Ellie, like, she still hates Ellie, which I guess. And she leaves. And Sassy says, "I'm sorry, Ellie, I've been such a jerk." And Ellie goes, "We had a good run as BFFs, but I'm good now to just keep the memories and move on."
Which I feel like is really quick for Ellie to say.
I mean, I feel like it's been like a
Yeah.
couple weeks, maybe.
Oh, if it's been time
like,
since
I
the
think
event,
a
can
little
believe
time
that.
has passed.
Okay. I was like, this is like 2 days later.
I mean, I don't know. That was my inferred conclusion, but maybe not. I don't know. But good for Ellie.
It is where this was ultimately leading, so I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that.
And I like that, like, Ellie can just be like, "No, let's end on good terms," of like, "It's okay.
Let's not force it.
Let's not force it. We're moving apart. Like, it's okay." Outside, Mac and Jack are like a little bit flirty, and Porter shares his donuts with everyone. And Ellie and Jack kind of like go off on their own and talk a little bit about like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss the bros," and "Oh, I'm gonna miss your mom's banana bread," and whatnot.
And they notice both of their parents are parked right next to each other and talking.
So they introduce their parents to each other, and the parents kind of start like flirting a little bit. There's a little something something, and the two text each other right next to each other. about like kind of wanting to
I
hook their
wish
parents
my
up.
dad had more game. Oh, I wish.
Yeah. I wish this, but then they go delete, delete,
Oh
delete.
shit, we don't want to force any swapping to happen there.
Yeah. Is that what it was
Yeah.
hinting at? They were gonna swap with their parents or
Or
something?
they were gonna make their parents swap or something. They're like, oh no no no,
Oh
let's
no,
not
no, no.
risk anything. We don't
Delete.
want to text a wish to each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the end of the movie. That's the conclusion. And there are bloopers in the credits that are funny. We get more like Porter lines
Yeah,
and
that's a good time.
more gymnastics coach lines, which are good.
And that's the swap.
That's the swap. This
Our
movie is so good.
our final Jank House ranking was 4.
4. It's crazy actually how high we ranked it. Which I mean, I think is really good. I think part of it is recency bias because this was one of the last movies we watched as a house. But I also think this movie is genuinely one of DCOM's best, and it's like such a hidden gem. You know, nobody knows about
No
this.
one talks about
No
this
one
enough.
talks, and it's recent, so that maybe people should know more about it. But like, I genuinely think it's good, like unironically, which is crazy to say that about a DCOM.
I had it as number 7.
And I had it as 11.
Yeah.
Really high from both of us.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if I dropped this down slightly.
Yeah, I mean, mine just missed top 10, and I think I still agree with that.
Yeah. I could see this being like low teens, upper 20s.
Yeah. It's a top of my A tier, actually. So it's 11. I only have S tier as my top 10. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
You're positive on the movie.
it's a good movie, guys.
Yeah, that's why we talked about it for so long. We only talk about that about movies we care about, except the ones that we don't, that we also talk about this length for, because we talk about all the movies.
Actually, all of them are around this length.
Yeah, it's actually no correlation, probably.
Yeah.
What are we watching next? I think it's gonna be Cloud 9.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, first off, thank you for listening.
Nah, if they listen this far, they should thank us. We provided the content.
Gosh,
I don't know what. Don't. I'm sorry. I've just been trapped in this body for so long. I've forgotten how to act.
crazy. Thanks for listening. If you have any thoughts on the swap, email us at thedecomduo@gmail.com. And now we have to figure out what movie we're watching next week by spinning the wheel. What do you think it's gonna
I
be?
think it's Cloud 9 because that's my favorite movie. Me, Kelsey.
Yes, and I think it's Johnny Cavahala back on board because that's my favorite movie. That's Benji for sure.
Lovely.
Let's spin the wheel.
Can't wait for the last one where we're just gonna have one movie left. It's gonna be so hard to predict.
Oh my gosh, it's finally time. I can't say I'm too happy about it, but maybe it is time to close this book. It's Teen Beach 2.
Okay.
God, I don't.
We will have words for this.
I have words for this movie. This
Um,
movie angers me.
we will have words for this movie. Like I feel that's gonna be an episode, and I'm
Oh man.
yeah. All right.
Oh man. Buckle up, everyone. Another series to conclude. There's only two
This
Teen
is one
Beach
that
movies.
does get discourse on the internet.
It does. Thank God for it too. But it's been a while since we talked about Teen Beach Movie. Not as long as it's been since we talked about Camp Rock. Jesus Christ, when are we going to do that one? But sure, let's finish Teen Beach 2.
All right. And next time for that,
Tune in 2 weeks for Teen Beach.
email us
2.
the decomduo@gmail.com.
Yep, I said that.
Follow our TikTok.
Sure.
Follow our YouTube shorts.
Sure.
Make someone smile today.
And don't text someone that you wish you could swap bodies with.
Don't text and drive.
Good point.
And wear a seatbelt.
And drink some water.
Yeah, you should drink some water right now.
Right now.
Do it.
Maybe at the ocean? Teen Beach.
Scenes from our next episode.
Oh,
Okay, bye. Scenes.
oh, you're blowing out the mic. No, you're whispering.
Scenes.
Scenes from our next episode.
On the silver screen.
Gotta make a scene
Yeah.
up on the silver screen.
Oh man, don't we love the characters of Teen Beach Movie? Wouldn't it be interesting if they weren't actors that existed in the real world?
If they were characters in the real world.
Yeah, and they never like try and show like, hey, you're an actor.
They're like, whoa, I remember not Maddie. I remember Brady and Mac. What we should leave and go find them.
Man, everyone's favorite couple, Brady and Mac, that Max stayed in Hawaii to stay with Brady just for them to break up immediately.
Just for her to be like, no, I do really care about school a lot and not surfing anymore. And he's like, I'm on my own.
I'm Ross Lynch. Yeah. I gotta be Ross Lynch.
Gotta be Ross Lynch. Gotta be Ross Lynch. Prom.
Oh my god. Is this like a promposal for our lives? Oh wait, I'm dying.
Oh shit, we're dying. Oh, it's Jordan Fisher. He finally gets to sing. Falling for ya. Falling for ya.
Why the fuck did they make all these choices in this movie?
I
I don't even hate the twist, but like
I kind of hate the twist.
we will talk definitively so much about this. But like the twist is interesting. The rest of the movie sucks, which means you don't get to enjoy or think about the twist. And then it's just like, did this ruin the first movie?
It kind of feels like it ruins the first movie, which is such a shame because the first movie's so good. Let's just pretend this movie doesn't exist.
I always do.